looks a little weird because there's nothing next to the Christmas tree behind me. Looks like we're in an empty room with just a Christmas tree.
That's all we have.
Yeah. Poor us.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody's going to come on tonight.
Probably not.
You're too busy watching the news.
They are.
Right.
They are very busy watching the news. Can you bring it up on my phone? Yeah, nobody's.
Yeah, look, we're on for 19 seconds, 20 seconds, and there's nobody here yet. Oh,
Yep.
Well, okay, Drill Sergeant 666. What's going on, brother man?
What's up?
Luis, how you doing, Luis?
Hang on, I gotta get out of here.
Chris Greenaway, James, Terry, Stang Lincoln, what's going on? Baron, I see it's you, man. How are you, my brother? Fubar, that's Fubar the Axe. All right, so we got people piling in here now. It's Buff Del Campo on his secret mission to like the north there.
The north?
We can't even say what part geographically, what part of the earth he's on.
Going.
Or if he's even on the earth. I mean, he could be anywhere.
He could be.
I think he's under contract with the Palladians, but we won't go into that here. No. Okay.
It's not done. We're working on it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. It's a project tree.
It's a project.
Right.
Yeah.
We picked it up cheap, and we started off by putting lights on it, and we're going to work a little bit at a time and get some ornaments.
We have them.
We do?
Well, no.
No. It's a project. We have to go find. We have to go find the ornaments, right? You know, the other people maybe have discarded and reconfigure them to fit on our tree.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Merry Christmas, Loris.
Yes, Merry Christmas to everybody. Oh, it's way premature. But Happy Hanukkah. I know it's Hanukkah now, right?
It is Hanukkah.
Yeah.
Happy Hanukkah.
The Festival of Lights.
Yes.
Yes. So Happy Hanukkah to whoever is doing that.
There's another live thing on YouTube under UTG. You have the other one running?
Is there?
We
There
tried to start one, and then our camera wasn't working. Why don't you work on cars anymore?
I work on cars every day. Or cars, but I mean, I work on them every day.
Merry Christmas, Haas. Let's see.
Haas Cartwright. Oh yeah, from Bonanza. And that was
before my time.
Oh no, that was like Haas and Hop Singh, the cook.
Okay.
Right, yeah, and it was Sunday night. Bonanza. Yeah.
I don't remember it really. A little bit.
What's going on, Pale Rider?
Have you moved our parts under the tree yet?
You know, there's bound to be something laying around here we can toss under the tree.
Not yet.
Little Joe. Yep, Little Joe.
Happy holidays, Uncle No Identity. Yeah, we're working on the tree. It needs work.
Yeah.
It's just got lights. That's as far as we got. You should put Christmas lights on your car.
That's Buff Del Campo saying he has to go to work for a couple of months. So that's why Buff isn't here. Normal. And Uncle Kathy's filling in for Buff. Where is you have your Duluth shirt?
I don't own anything from Duluth.
What is wrong with you? You can't fill Buff's shoes unless you're wearing Duluth
You can get
stuff.
me some Duluth things for Christmas.
All right. I'll do that.
You will?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see.
Let's see.
Bonanza went off the air 46 years ago.
Well, I'm really old. I remember when the guy, I don't know his name, right?
Who?
I don't remember his name, but the guy who played Haas, he died.
Yeah.
And it was like this big national tragedy thing.
Oh, because everybody loves Haas.
Everybody loves Haas. Yeah.
Baron, thank you. He sent you $2.
Thank you, Baron.
Bucket nasal fraud, Trump won fair and square. Oh, I think that's why we're not getting any views right now, because people watching the news.
Yeah, seriously. We just noticed that our views today are like off, right? It's like, oh my God, what happened? Right. But it's because everybody is paying, us included. We're watching this stuff, also. So.
Yep. Dogs are chewing their bones, yep.
Can you do a break-in procedure for an Alky motor? I don't see how that would be any different than for any other motor. Dan Blocker. Yeah, that was the guy's name, Dan Blocker. That's right. Oh, Zero's here. What's going on, Zero?
Chris says I'm 20 and watch the Bonanza.
Really?
Yeah.
They don't make TV like they used to, though.
Ride of a Pale Horse sent you $6.66.
Thank you, my evil
I
friend.
haven't forgotten you.
Trips to Mexico.
Cost money.
Yeah, and getting across the border is, you know, well, we actually have to drive around the wall. So,
So what's everybody doing for the holidays? Is everybody on lockdown, or you guys are allowed to go shopping?
I don't know.
Because it's normal in Tennessee.
Oh. Yeah, everything's normal here.
Yeah.
Oh, look, it's Nick. Nick's Garage.
What's up, Nick?
Happy holidays to all, brother man. Yes, and to you up in Canada as well. Well, yeah, Christmas is the same regardless of, yeah, and Hanukkah would be the same. Yeah.
Yeah.
They just don't do Thanksgiving.
They have a different Thanksgiving.
They have a different Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Texas is good, Anthony Miro says. That's good.
Yeah, a lot of our states are good. But I know,
Michigan.
California, Michigan. Shush.
Shush.
I know you guys are screwed up there right now. Maybe a little civil disobedience is in order. I know. Yeah. What do I know about?
We're on YouTube. We have to
be
careful.
New Mexico is terrible with COVID. PA is shut down. Oh man. Who did you vote for? Who do you think?
Chris did Christmas shopping November 18th. Canada, Ontario is starting another lockdown. Really? Well, let's get your shopping done.
Lily, quiet. We're doing YouTube.
Philip says, hi, nice from Croatia.
Ah, greetings.
Buff says I voted for Tony. We miss you, Buff. Especially me, because I don't like.
She doesn't like being on camera.
I just don't. Shush. I don't enjoy it.
Shush. Missouri is most a free state. Yeah.
That's good.
Fubar just put a link to our merch.
Thank you, Fubar.
Thank you, Fubar.
Is Uncle Crystal making any progress on the 500 car?
Uncle Crystal has been very busy with the real estate and the kids.
And now Christmas.
And now Christmas.
Like
so yeah, she gets a pass. She gets a pass. And I've only been working on.
It's hard for us to make videos right now because it's.
Yeah, it's hard to focus. Honestly, I'm gonna be honest with you. It's hard to focus on business as usual and doing all of that with all of the things that are going on. So it's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Larry Smith says, I just got done reading an article on the NHRA considering on allowing 8 fuel combinations to be ran in top alcohol-friendly cars.
Do they still have that NHRA thing?
I think so.
Do they really? Wow.
I think they do. Yeah.
I thought that went out with like
what?
Other evil, corrupt things.
Give me choke. Let's see. Mitten May Muscle says between COVID and the holidays, everybody gets a pass. Laugh out loud. Yeah. I think everybody's just trying to be normal, right? Do the holidays?
I don't think that's going to happen. I don't.
Everybody's going to get through. It's going to be okay, guys. It's going to be okay. Everything's going to be okay.
How did we meet? I kidnapped her. She was hitchhiking in Ohio, and I stopped at the side of the road and I gasped, I chloroformed her and slowly made her my slave.
Yeah, really? No.
How else do you meet? I mean.
No. No, my dad. Stop it.
The doo-wogs don't share my views on the NHRA. What's a doo-wog?
What's a doo-wog?
I have no idea. Merry Christmas, John.
Maybe the dogs. The dogs, that's where they're barking.
No. Everybody in this house agrees that the NHRA is I have no good words. There isn't a single. I can't even make a positive sound if anything with the NHRA is concerned.
Richard Abomination says Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. Merry Christmas.
Yes.
Happy New Year.
Happy Festivus. Festivus for the rest of us. We did Festivus. When I had the coffee house, we did a Festivus. That was pretty intense, including the feats of strength. That was,
You know what's crazy?
What's that?
It's been a year since we got sick.
It's been a year since we had the COVID.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Merry Christmas, John.
Great thing is we had it before it was even a thing.
Yeah, we almost
We
died.
beat the trend. Yeah.
It was so bad.
Yeah, when we had it, like it didn't exist. We went to doctors and they were like giving it. And for me to go to a doctor, I got to be like on death's door. I was on death's door, and
We both were.
man, there was no relief for the. Yeah, we just kept making videos. We should go back and look at some of those videos that we did during that period there.
I didn't know how we didn't die.
I know I didn't have a voice. I
couldn't walk up the steps. I would get out of breath. Merry Christmas, Dan Murphy. Happy Maparas, Andrew. I didn't kidnap Tony, no.
No, I kidnapped her.
No, he totally stalked me.
I didn't stalk you.
You did. You showed up at my house. You didn't know where I lived.
The truth is, she was a carny.
It wasn't a carny.
She was a carny. She would sell the popcorn.
To running away with it.
And then she had that whole the tattooed lady thing, which you can't really see because she's always completely covered, but she's covered from head to toe in tattoos, and that's how she made her.
I have not a single tattoo. We had the crud. We had more than the crud.
It was more than the crud.
What's up, Down and Wednesday English? What's going on, Zero?
Why don't you work on cars on your YouTube station anymore? I do every day, like literally every day.
He needs videos of you working on cars.
Oh, we do updates as we're going along with the project. They want to see you
actually work on stuff.
They want to see me work on stuff. I want to see them work on stuff.
He doesn't like me filming him while he's working.
I like to be alone in my shop.
Yeah, he likes to be alone. I know, it's weird. You can set the camera up while I'm not there.
I go to the shop in the morning before the sun comes up, and I'm there by myself and I do my thing. And then afterwards, I come and get her. She sleeps late. She'll sleep to 3, 4, 5 o'clock in the afternoon. And but I'll come and I'll wake her up, and then she'll go shoot whatever video that we.
Oh man, Tony, you're killing me. Happy holidays, Ron Ward.
Ron Ward, what's going on, brother man?
What's up, easy going?
Smoking will kill your kidneys like me 6 months to live. Oh, you're a ray of sunshine and hope. But I'm sorry to hear that, man. NHRA sealed their own fate when they priced out sponsors and the regular working guys and gals. They sealed their fate in the early 70s when they decided that they wanted to be like NASCAR or they wanted to be like IndyCar. They didn't want to be hot rods. They wanted to be a professional thing, and that's what killed drag racing.
What's up, Lazy A-Hole Ranch? How are the chickens handling the winter? They're fine. They're fine.
The funny thing is we just had this conversation. Drag racing, NHRA racing, held on for nearly 50 years after its peak because it was so strong. It was so embedded in the public psyche, right? It was such an amazing cultural phenomenon in the 60s and in the very early 70s that it actually hung on. All of these years, all of these decades running on that momentum. And you could see the difference because you look at I remember crowds in the late 70s and the early 80s. You go to a national event and it was packed. And then as you got towards into the 90s, you had bare spots in the stands, and then you got to the 20s, the 2000s, and it'd be half full stands, and then you get to the 20 teens, and there's 7 people there. You know what I mean? And it's just
some people would argue that. But.
Go ahead and argue it. Show me where. I
think of one off the top of my head.
Yeah. Oh, Brett.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he's insane.
Well, he loves the NHRA. Mitten Made Muscle says, nail on the head, Tony. I've talked to many old timers here in Michigan They all said when that happened, the guys without sponsorship couldn't compete.
We ran without sponsorship up until 98, and it was impossible. I was just having this conversation with somebody. They brought in, they started the whole SFI thing in like 1990, right? By 1998, we were running the top fueler. Okay, we were running on the IHRA circuit, but IHRA had to have all of the safety specs that the NHRA did. It was an insurance thing. So we had to have everything SFI up to date. It was $6,500 just for SFI tags to run the 1998 season. $6,500 just for stickers, just for certifications and stickers, nothing else. That's what killed drag racing.
Well, yeah. So Wilburn says if he had a community tab, he'd have some cool pics up now of the training.
Oh, John Wilburn doesn't have 1,000 subscribers yet? How is this even possible?
I don't know. Doesn't have it yet.
Is that a real Christmas tree? No. It's actually a holographic. It's a holographic image that we work on that. That's one of our side hobbies, is creating illusions and whatnot. Yeah, that's one that we came up with.
I'm still working on the ornament illusion. Ron Ward says, hope to see my favorite uncles in April. I'll have my first vacation in 5 years.
You're going to come to Tennessee? Awesome. That would be a fun vacation for you, bro. We'll show you around Nashville and all
that. Sam I.M. says, we break in new rebuilt engines. What about Ford and GM engines in their new cars?
I don't know. I have no idea what you're talking about.
I don't know. Reword that, Sam I.M.
If NHRA didn't go the way it did, would you still be trying to compete today? Yes, absolutely.
Did you get your rose petal bath and pedicure? How was it?
Oh, that's because I'm changing my life to suit the Miata. No, I didn't do that yet.
Okay.
Yeah. I still have some heterosexual traits, which I'm getting rid of as fast as I can. So,
Oh, my goodness. What does Tony think of drifting as a motorsport?
As a sport, I don't think much of it. As an activity, I think it's pretty cool. They're having a lot of fun. Let me tell you something. Nobody in the world of cars is having more fun than the drift guys. And it's not just because of the thing that it's their culture. The drift culture, those guys are having a blast. They really are. But I don't really see it as a sport. It's kind of like figure skating, you know what I mean? Where it's like, it's judged. I don't really consider anything that's judged a sport. Does that make any sense? But that's besides the point. I think that they're having more fun than anybody else in the world of cars right now.
Here, he has a question.
Oh, okay. Uncle Tony, you asked Tammy Custom to marry me, please. Why couldn't you have?
I don't know. You ask him.
Tammy!
You to ask.
Tammy, what's wrong with this guy that you won't marry him? Yeah, drifting is a synchronized swimming of motorsports. Yeah. Have a UTG picnic. It'll give me a incentive to get my 74 Roadrunner back on the road.
A picnic?
A picnic.
It's a little cold out right now. So you know SCCA has a Miata race class?
My thoughts on a 1946 Hemi drift truck? I have no idea.
Did you know that?
That SCCA has a Miata class. Yes, I do. Spec Miata. I'm learning as much about Miatas and Miata culture and everything as I can right now.
Michael Pegg says she said yes, Tony.
Nice. Congratulations, I think. I hope she's not making a mistake.
Me too.
Yeah. What's my favorite gas station? The one in my backyard.
Favorite gas station? I think he means brand. Does he mean brand?
Yeah. Tony, I'll buy that 73, 74 Roadrunner to drive it $8,000. Not for sale. None of my cars are for sale.
Why don't you own an auto repair shop with your knowledge?
I did. I had several of them, and I don't want to do that anymore.
I thought you were talking about doing it.
If the shit hits the fan,
Maybe.
as the shit hits the fan, yeah, we may go that way.
Maybe.
Let's see. We should put together a UTG drag event. As many fellows show up and run their cars. That would be fun. We need somebody to organize this stuff. Ever gas up at a Phillips 66? Yeah, of course. I've gassed up at everything you can gas up at.
Okay, somebody needs help.
Oh, let me help you.
Eptic MDE Productions. Okay. That was a hard name for me to read. Okay. Choke is fully closed on my 2-barrel BBD 273 dark. Car won't start unless someone opens choke by hand when it cranks. Do I need to bend the pull-off or choke cables? Please help if you can.
Yeah, what I would do with that is bend the rod. Don't do the choke pull-off yet. The choke pull-off is really after the car starts. If it's got too much choke for the car to start, then okay, if it's got the original style choke on it, you take the choke out of the intake manifold. You'll see there's an adjustment on there, and you can actually adjust the tension on the spring. So reduce the tension on the spring until the butterfly or the flap is just barely touching the throttle, the housing. And then when you crank it, there'll be enough vacuum through there to pull it open a little bit.
Ron Ward says he'd volunteer for UTG drag event. You need an announcer.
I need an organizer. We need organizers. We're running our car. Well, we're gonna run Bottle Rocket down at the in Alabama in March at the Mopars versus Brand X event, but I don't have a date or actually even know which track it is yet. But we committed verbally to running both of their events this year.
Merry Christmas, John Disc. Merry Christmas and White Law.
Tony, do I know two strokes? Do I know two strokes? I cut my teeth on Kawasaki triples. Are you kidding me?
Robbie Durham says that's a good call, and one of us organizing something. All UTG has to do is show up. I might have to do a survey to see where most of the UTG fans are. The picnic can be at a speedway.
Listen, I mean, our biggest problem is manpower. We don't have the time or the manpower to organize events like that. So if somebody wants to seriously step up and organize something, by all means, let's do it. Tony, do I see any modern cars that interest me? Yeah, the Miata. I bought a Miata. I love the car. And then we went. I was like, let's go look at the new Miatas. So I even went and yeah, I don't like them. I don't like the new ones. I like the first generation, the first and the second generation, the NA and the NB, which I just learned even what that is. But yeah, I love the Miatas. They totally do it for me. And somebody just sent $40.
Mike Johnson, thank you.
Mike, thank you so much, Mike.
Says missed you guys last week. Just catching up. Love all the Mopar history type videos, which you're gonna do more of.
Mopar
history type videos.
Yes. Tomorrow, in fact, tomorrow we're going to do a video on the most significant Chrysler product in history, right? Bar none. A lot of you guys will never even guess at what this thing is, but we're going to do that video tomorrow.
I'm not going to guess.
Good question. Where are the dogs? The dogs they're lounging around. I don't want to move this because it tends to, when we move the camera, it knocks out. So
that's what happened last week.
That's what happened last week.
Cat knocked out the camera. Ryan Fitzpatrick paid money to put my name on the Miata. Can I do it for Bottle Rocket?
Sure.
Okay, Ryan.
You got it, brother.
It's written down. I got it written down, but we didn't even take the Miata off the trailer yet. But yeah, we can put it on Bottle Rocket. Let's see. Where's the cat? He's outside right now. He'll come in and knock the camera off soon.
How about an update on the 360 daily driver?
Yeah, you never did that. You never did the gas mileage like you're supposed to do.
Well, you've been driving it. That's your car.
Yeah, I've been driving it. But that doesn't mean that
we'll get back to it.
Video with it.
We'll get back to it.
Do Ford and GM break in the engines in their factory new production cars? That's what he meant to say.
Well, break-ins aren't really the same as they were in the day because now everything is a roller cam. And with the low tension ring packs that they use, and the very fine cylinder hone. Today's engines don't require the same break-ins as the old ones do. So more or less, they're just turn the key and go. In the old days, when they used to use cast rings and a very rough hone texture on the cylinder walls, yeah, break-in was like super important. And of course, the cam, but you don't have those factors today. So yeah, there's very little break-in to be done.
Let's see. How much is a clean Monte Carlo Aero Coupe worth with 3 small block Chevy?
I couldn't tell you. I don't know. Hit Haggerty's.
Would you try a jet drag axle if you found a complete kit?
I don't know what I'd put it on. Yeah, I would. I'll tell you the truth.
You would try it?
Yeah, I would try that. But I think I would rather that rocket powered blower. I think I would rather have that.
Okay. Okay, Rob wants to know, how can I make my 79 Volare handle better on the track for 24 hours of limits?
You're asking the wrong guy. If you're talking about handling, I have no clue. It's like totally out. I know, but we're gonna tell you, put big sway bars and fat tires on it. I'm not a handling guy.
Cordoba sent you $2.
Thank
you, Cordoba. Gary Kahn, will 4-barrel help out my 77 Dodge B100 318 van?
Will what?
A 4-barrel help out my 77 Dodge B100?
Oh, B100. Okay.
318
yeah.
van.
If go with the vacuum secondary carburetor or nothing, you will definitely, because it's got such low compression and has such a small camshaft. The cams on those things are tiny. So let's say you put like a 600 Elbrock on it, you're not going to be happy. It's going to stumble and fall on its face every time you whack it. But a 600 Holly, a vacuum secondary Holly, would be a good choice for that motor. That'll work nicely.
Hank wants to know, where did you grow up? New York City?
Yeah. I was born in Brooklyn, grew up on Staten Island, and I've been here in the Nashville area for the last 18 years now, which seems like 3 hours.
Danny Boyd says, is it normal for my 88 Mustang GT to start radiating heat through the firewall at the end of the quarter mile?
I don't see why not.
Is it normal?
Is it normal?
Yeah, that's what he's asking.
You're getting heat through the firewall at the end of a run, which I would think would be normal. I mean, your headers are maximum heat at that point, and that air is blowing straight back at the firewall. So yeah, I would say that would probably be normal.
Scott wants to know, have you checked on your ride in the vet lately?
No. I'm glad you reminded me though. I completely forgot about that. I gotta give him a call tomorrow.
Don't forget.
New York still sucks, I'm sure. Yeah, as long as there's no flames coming from the firewall, you're all right.
Mr. Wes's Morris says, generally speaking, what would you focus on to build a low RPM engine?
Rod ratio. I want as short a rod as possible. That would be my first thing. Yeah, I mean, what do you ask? What would the most important thing be?
Generally speaking, what will you focus on to build a low RPM engine?
Yeah, rod ratio would be my first priority. Then the second priority would be cylinder heads, small ports, small valves, very efficient exhaust. Don't worry about the intake so much. And camshaft.
Central Bear says, nice tree. Thank you. We're working on it.
Thank you. Yeah, it's our project tree.
It's our project tree, yeah. Because we don't have enough projects. We have too many projects. Let's see. Ben says, I'm planning on getting a 1975 Imperial LeBaron 4-door hardtop with the 440 wedge V8 3-speed automatic and rear wheel drive with Chrysler's lean burn solid seat system.
Okay.
Oh, I thought there was more to the question than that.
Oh, get rid of the lean burn, man. Just convert it to a straight regular ignition.
Do we like orange cats? Yeah,
Well, it kind of means that they got too hot, right? Doesn't that mean it's dumping a lot of fuel if the cat turns orange? Did I ever street race Red Hook or Fountain Avenue? I lived at Fountain Avenue, and I actually raced B-bodies in Red Hook, which, like, if you ever raced there, man, like, you know how narrow that was. It was all fucking crazy. But yeah, I both of those spots, mostly Fountain Avenue, every Tuesday and every Thursday night.
The tree moves? Yeah, I'm rocking the chair. And I'm rocking.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm moving the tree.
Yeah, well, actually, the tree is rocking back and forth and moving. Right, exactly. But yeah, I lived at Fountain Avenue every Tuesday night, every Thursday night, and then Sunday afternoons.
Chris wants to know, how much will decking heads make the chamber smaller?
Say that again now?
How much will decking heads make the chamber smaller?
Well, it depends on what size chamber you're starting out with. There are formulas to figure it.
David wants to know, what's your opinion on turning an old Opel GT into a drag car?
I mean, it's a natural.
Do you have any Freddie the Name stories?
Not that I want to tell.
Right. Let's see. Joseph says, hey, Tony, I bought a Dodge Coronet 4-door trying to make power in from Staten Island.
What was that now?
He bought a Coronet 4-door trying to make power. He's from Staten Island.
Oh, okay.
Oh, cool. Are you going to do that Museum Mercury Cyclone 2, or are you bogged by COVID?
We're not bogged. I mean,
No.
COVID doesn't really exist here in Tennessee. It's like,
everything is normal here.
Everything's normal here. But except there's a lot of people still walking around wearing masks for some reason, but everything else is normal. We won't have any problem, getting around. But just hooking up, getting together, Steve, because we've been busy around here, very busy. But yeah, I will get a hold of Steve. I get a lot of people I got to catch up with, and I'll try to do that this week.
New City Carpet sent $5.
Thank you.
We're making Miata-shaped Christmas cookies. Do you recommend cinnamon or rainbow sprinkles?
Oh, rainbow sprinkles is fabulous. Definitely go with the rainbow sprinkles. Definitely. They're faboo.
They're talking to each other, so I'm trying to find a comment. What's up, Dakota? He says, welcome to the Dakota Bethune Show. I'm your host, Dakota Bethune.
Hey, John Wilburn, how many subs do you have right now? What are we up to? Thank you, Wayne.
John says, I wore my YouTube. Shush. I wore my YouTube t-shirt while doing body work this week, and it made the job 7% easier.
See, there's a magic effect that goes with all UTG merch. Definitely. Alex says, wait, I want to answer this. I just saw it. I see. Shush. They're fighting over a bone. Tony, does Bottle Rocket have caster moly rings? If you were going to use a 904 instead of an 833, what components would you upgrade and what rear gears would you use? Bottle Rocket would not work with an automatic, not without a ridiculous torque converter. So I wouldn't recommend doing that. As far as the rings go, Bottle Rocket has the original cast rings that it was built with. We were just talking about, this is another thing we were just talking about. Minus, now you remember, you got to keep this in mind. We built that thing over the course of, right? But a lot of people don't realize that motor, our total investment in that motor minus the cam, lifters, and push rods is $12, and gaskets is $12. We have $12 in the long block of that engine. That's the block, crank, heads, pistons, rings, bearings, valves, springs, like you name it, $12. Our investment in Bottle Rocket's engine is $12. So keep that in mind every time you see this thing. Every time we do something with it, just kind of keep that in the back of your head.
John Wilburn says 801 subscribers. At 1,000, I'll schedule a live stream and start posting in the community.
We need to get John Wilburn to 1,000 subs. We got to get 200 subs. If you can get John, I want to know who your 1,000th sub is. Whoever your 1,000th sub is, we're sending the full line of UTG merch. So you'll get a hat, T-shirt, stickers. What else?
Oh, I don't even know.
I don't know, whatever the hell we got.
Whatever we got.
Whatever we got. I'll throw in like an AHRA sticker and what else? I don't know. Yeah. So John Wilburn's 1,000th subscriber gets a full line of whatever merch we got. We send it to you.
Would you recommend a 1.7 ratio roller rocker on a 318 Magnum that primarily is a DD/tow rig for the race car?
It's a stock cam. The stock lift on that is it's like a 440 lift stock cam. You run into interference with the valve guide at 550, so you've got 110 thousandths. You can go 110 thousandths over. So do the math. You're starting off with a 1.5 rocker, 1.6, 1.7. Yeah, you'll be fine. Plenty of room.
Throw in some mozzarella cheese.
We could send some mutts. No, but seriously, John Wilburn, let us know who your 1,000th sub is, and we're gonna load them down with stuff.
Oh, Ron Ward just subscribed. Thanks, Ron.
Yeah, but Ron, you should have held out a little bit.
Mopar Man 78 sub to his channel and sends him some emails. I think he disowns me. He says.
Do I keep in touch with Jerry Caminito? I was literally just thinking about Jerry the other day, and I haven't talked to him probably in about 8 or 10 years now. But no, I should give him a call. I should give him a call.
Is it cheaper to put hardened seats in closed chamber 383 heads or to buy a set of Edelbrock heads?
The 516s, you really don't need hardened seats in those. The metallurgy of those heads is such that they don't etch out the seats the way some others do. I wouldn't worry about it. 516s, don't worry about it.
Russell Finch is saying, put up the video, John Wilburn, of the trans, and you'll bust through the 1,000 mark. What's up, Insane Stang? Tony, get more projects. Yeah.
No.
No.
Please.
No. Even though I want GTX, no. I'll let you have all the cars, Tony.
Add lead substitute once in a while, but I don't use any subs. I don't use any additives, and there are certain engines that will not etch the seats. Don't worry about it.
What's up, Curtis? Have you ever dyno tuned a car?
I've had cars that I've tuned on dynos here and there over the course of the years, but I've never specifically dyno tuned the car.
Zoran R says, I recently got a 2001 Ram 1500 5.9 Magnum. I have money to put in it now. I wanted to Eagle stroke to 408. Would that be okay for a daily driver? If not, what would you do?
Read that one more time.
Excuse me. Recently got a 2001 Ram 1500 5.9 Magnum.
Okay.
I have money to put in it now.
Okay.
I went to Eagle stroke to 408.
Okay.
Would that be okay for a daily driver? If not, what would you do? Yeah,
just putting the 4-inch stroker, the 4-inch crank in there. Yeah. That with a good RV cam. And again, you just talk to a couple different manufacturers and get their suggestions, because they're going to ask you very specific questions about the truck and how it's used and its gearing and blah 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 blah. But yeah, the 4-inch stroker crank and a good RV cam, perfect daily driver stuff.
Roots Calhoun says he can't find the correct fittings for a 78, 79 Bronco 4x4 steering box. I need your help. Where do you find that?
I have no idea.
Bronco Forum?
Yeah, Bronco Forums. I mean, maybe somebody on here can help them with that. I didn't know there was anything unusual about the fittings on something like that.
Insane Stain says, I'm having a breaking up issue on my Mustang. It has a 306 with the E302 cam, and when I take off 5-speed,
okay,
it starts breaking up. It's a Holly 650.
It's breaking up at low RPM? If it's breaking up at low RPM, that's generally a sign of insufficient spark. So I would check the plugs, check the wires, check the cap, check all your various connections. But you're probably going to find that you've got a bad plug or a bad wire or a weak coil. Weak coil, of course. if it's a high RPM miss, it's more likely to be related to that could be a tuning issue. But low RPM, like let's say you come off the clutch at, let's say, $3,000, and then all of a sudden it just starts going pop pop pop. She's shooting ducks, and it cleans up as you take your foot back out of it. You're looking at an insufficient spark in either one or several cylinders.
Can your dogs wheelie? Poppy can.
Yeah, Poppy does it all the time, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mopar Man 1978. I just started my channel, posted my first crappy video with my smartphone.
Congratulations.
You have to start somewhere. That's awesome.
Yeah.
We did the same thing. My phone had a big crack through it.
What's his name?
Mopar Man 1978.
Everybody, go check out our friend's new channel, Mopar Man 1978.
Mm-hmm.
He posted his first video today. Let's get him some views.
Good luck. Just keep going with your crappy phone. That's
how we got started. We shot our first 100 videos with like the worst phone you can imagine.
$30 phone with a cracked screen.
Yeah, we were at like 60,000 subs before we actually got a phone, a camera.
Let's see. Need help. Edelbrock Torque with a 4-barrel. Should I do a cam or should I be okay?
Say that one more time now.
Brandon says, need help.
Yes.
Edelbrock Torque with a 4-barrel. Should
Yes.
I do a cam or should I be okay?
It'll work best with a cam. It'll definitely work best with the headers. If it's an exhaust manifold motor with stock cam, you're not gonna be happy with it.
That's funny, Andrew Button. All right.
I got a Torque on my 340 in the 73 Roadrunner, and that thing is I'm not. It's the only way I can explain the way that car turns on. It's just for a little motor in a heavy car, it's violent. I mean, it just wham, it's right there. The Torque works great, but it's got headers, it's got a little bit of head work, and it's got a cam. So, but it won't work well on a stock motor. Insane
Sting says it's breaking up bad at higher RPM.
At higher RPM, you got to start taking things like valve flow into consideration. If it breaks up, there's so many things. There's so many things it could be.
Cuda 70 GT says, Tony, give me a big roll up your Miata.
Roll up your Miata windows. Oh, the Miata's got power windows, which I'm not crazy about that, but that's.
I don't know how to work those.
Yeah, you hit a button.
No.
You press a button and the thing goes up and it goes down.
No way. I
can't make that shit up. Any more than I can make up a holographic Christmas tree.
What's up, Huge Gym Company? Let's see. Posted, okay.
Oh, wait. 79 Trans Am, Olds 403 or LS.
I'm way behind.
Street exclusively. If you're looking for any sort of performance at all, any sort of performance, even low performance, okay, LS it. Because the 403 is his phone. I'm gonna have a lot of old guys be like, but the way it's set up and the way it's tuned in the Transit, LS it. Make yourself happy. Keep the 403 on the side in case you ever want to, restore the car or sell it to somebody who wants the original motor. But yeah, if you're looking for performance, without question, LS that car.
Carson Hartman says, do you have any motors that hit 8,000 RPM?
No.
Can't believe you bought that, the Miata. A lot of people.
Why? I love it.
A lot of people can't believe you bought it. I can't believe you bought it.
Did I say why I bought it?
I don't know. Let me go over that.
I'm gonna do that.
Because I don't even remember why you bought it.
Well, I talked about it in the video, right? Like, how do you pass up a $200 car, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I bought it. But
you like cheap stuff.
Of course I like cheap stuff.
I can think you'd buy anything as long as it was cheap.
Well, what have you got to lose? You think about it.
Well, yeah, I mean, the wheels on the car are worth it. And what'd you say, the radiator?
Yeah, it's got $500 wheels and a $250 radiator. So, yeah, I mean, to not buy the car and the soft top is in great shape. So to not buy the car for $200, I'd be a fool. But I fell in love with it and decided that this is going to be a keeper only based on the top. Because I sat in the car. I sat in the car and the top was up, right? And I was like, oh, what do I want to put this top down? And I unclipped the two things and I went like this. And the top went down. I was like, oh my God.
No effort?
No effort. Like, there's no buttons, there's no switches, there's no mechanisms, there's no cable. And then here was the best part. I put the top up. I went like this. And the top was up. Just like that, the top was up. And I says, I am keeping this car. I love this car. I love everything about this car. I love the idea of this car. And then I put the top back down again. I was like, ah. And I put the top back up again.
You like the simplest thing.
Oh God, I love this. I don't care what motor it has. I don't care what transmission it has. I don't even care if it moves. As long as I own something that I can go to, sit down, put the top down by going like this, I'm happy. That's all I want. It has fulfilled its mission as far as I'm concerned.
That car is so you.
I love that car.
I don't know how I'm gonna feel when I see you get in it.
I don't care how you feel. I don't care how anybody feels.
Like, it still looks so weird.
I don't care. I love that car and I love its top.
Ron is saying, I have a 1998 Plymouth Neon dual overhead cam 5-speed coupe. I'd be happy to donate to UTG for 24 hours of lemons. Are you interested? It's in Kansas. You're in Kansas, Ron.
Well, I would go get it. Okay, so here's the thing, right? I tried to put a team together 10 years ago, 12 years ago, whatever it was. I couldn't find any willing participants. I love that these guys are doing the thing with the Miata, right? Well, not the Miata, the Mercedes. And I would think about doing a Lemons car. I don't want to like drive it myself. I have no interest in doing that, but I like building things. I would do it like, let's say, put together a team of like maybe disabled vets or something like that, and then just let them run it. I would definitely get involved in a project like that, but there's a lot of logistics that are involved in putting something like that together.
Yeah, there is.
You know. But I would
getting the money together alone to do something like that.
I've already got I would donate the car. I've got a car sitting that I would donate to the cause. It would be absolutely perfect for us, so we don't have to pick up another one. It's just a matter of having somebody local, and they got to be local, putting together the logistics of that.
Why is the tree moving? Because I'm in a rocking chair and I keep banging into it. That's why. Let's see. I lost my place.
Okay. When was the last time you drove the Roadrunner? Well, the blue one hasn't left the garage in like 3 years. The white one, we actually made a couple of videos with that car when we first started this channel. So it's been probably a year and a half since I drove that car.
Which one?
The white one.
Yeah. Curtis Randolph says, when would you give up on trying to save frozen big blocks? I've got a few soaking for years, never freed up. Moving across country, should I scrap them for pennies or spend $500 plus 20 hours hauling?
Don't scrap them. I mean, find somebody local who's into the things and let him come and grab them. I mean, you know, they'll find a home. Don't scrap them though. You know.
Old Cornelius Garage says, Tony, just admit it. You love the Miata more than your Mopars.
No, it's different. It's a different thing. I love the Miata because it's small. I love the Miata because it's so simple. Different. I love it because it's different. You know, but it doesn't take the place of the Mopars. It's just that Mopar never built anything like that. And I'm not into cars like Corvettes or like, to me those aren't really sports cars. To me, a sports car is tiny little itty bitty. You know, like in my mind when my brain thinks sports car, I think MG, right? So, and the Miata presses that button for me. It says, oh, MG, you know? So that's why I love it.
Project Thunderbird says, hey, Tony, I'm 19, and I just want to say thank you for helping me out a while back with my Tornado's choke. Your videos have helped me a lot and even convinced me to daily drive a classic car.
Awesome. I hope that's working out for you. There's nothing like daily driving a classic, man. You know, You know, I was seeing this. I was thinking about this the other day as I was driving. I was like, you know, I have a couple of cars that are just stock, and I just want to leave them stock, right? And I'm like, oh, but you know, hot rod this, put this motor in it, modify that a whole bit, and then I'm saying to myself, wait, I'm driving a 50-year-old freaking car.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like it's
not like when they were 14-year-olds.
Yeah, it's earned its keep. You know,
yeah.
We're even like literally the most uncool possible 60s, 70s car is a classic. It's like it stands on its own merits. You don't have to modify it. It doesn't have to be anything special. It's special just because it survived.
Huge sent you $5.
Thank you.
Says I love this channel. Thank you guys. Thank you. Thank you for watching. Let's see. Doug Norton says a UTG fleet drag shoot up for Christmas. Sweet. We should do that. Just race up and down the block. Just take everything out one at a time.
We could do that.
Just race up and down the block. Our neighbors would love us.
They all run. The only cars in our fleet that don't run, that aren't like, well, don't get me wrong. You got to put gas in them. You know, you got to put a battery in them, right?
Batteries.
Right. But the only cars in our entire fleet that aren't like just put a battery in it and put gas in it, turn the key and go, is the Belvedere or the Helvedere, right, which is just apart. It's eternally apart.
Yeah.
The Slant, the Plan Z car, mm-hmm, and the Miata, right?
Well, and then you've got the Valiant.
And the Gambler car.
Yeah.
So out of 15 cars and trucks, we only have 3 that aren't currently get in, turn the key, and go.
Is that 3 or 4?
The Belvedere?
Yeah.
The Miata?
Yeah.
The Slant?
Gambler.
And the Gambler. Yeah, right. Okay, it's 4. 4 out of 15.
Line. All right. All I want for Christmas is the Belvedere. I don't think you're ever going to get to it, Tony. You keep buying more cars.
Its time will come. Its time will come. This channel will keep growing. We'll eventually build a crew, and we'll be able to do that.
I think if we had a shop, we would have a crew, and that would be helpful.
We'll probably expand in that direction, but not yet.
Depending on how things go.
Depending on how things go. So I have a question. Just curious, would a 72 Scamp instrument cluster be compatible and interchangeable with a 74 Duster? Yes. The only difference is the 74 Duster is going to have an EGR light, which doesn't really make any difference. Yeah, that cluster is plug and play. The only ones of those that won't interchange are the 1976 ones, because 76 is a whole different whole different plane for 1976. But all of those standard rectangular style clusters all interchange from 1967 in the Valiant when they first started using them to 1975 when it was across the board. All of the A-bodies used it.
Old Crony says Tony inspires me to bite off more than I can chew.
Keep doing it, man. That's how you do it. That's how you do it. You just keep biting off more than you can chew, and because you don't know how much you can do, until you actually do it. So just keep making your goals just that much more than you can attain, and you'll eventually get them.
No, seriously. No, I know. No, I agree.
The old saying is, right?
I didn't agree. I would become crazy.
Yeah. I don't know if it's a Chinese saying or a Jewish saying. I don't know what it was, but the translation of it is, if you reach for the stars, you never come up with a handful of dirt. And that's the truth. So bite off more than you can chew. You'll never underachieve by biting off more than you can chew, but you'll always be expanding your capabilities.
Yeah, at least you'll be learning, if nothing else.
Yeah, exactly. And there's nothing wrong with failure. That's the biggest obstacle people have when they get involved in cars and not just cars, but I mean, we're in the world of cars. But it doesn't matter if it's cars or trucks or boats or computers. It doesn't make any difference. The biggest problem people have, the biggest obstacle people have to success is a fear of failure, right? Whether it's a conscious fear or not, it's subconscious fear, of failure, of not making, the expectation or whatever. And that's the one thing you need to learn to embrace failure, because Failure is a learning opportunity.
Yes,
You'll never. Failure is the only teacher. It's the only. It's, you know what I mean. People can tell you how to do this and that, but it's only through failure that you rewire your brain and then the way around it. So overcome the fear of failure, and you can accomplish anything.
Nathan Ballard says, just wanted to say hello and love what you're doing. Thank you, Nathan.
Thank you.
Let's see. Bottle Rocket needs to come out and play.
I agree.
Disgruntled Egghead sent me $5.
Thank you.
Hey, Uncle Tony, did you ever catch wind of the Valseeds? How do you say that?
Valseeds. I have no idea what that is.
If so, would you consider it a hack job?
I have no idea what that is, but yeah.
Mopar leads straight to failure.
There's a lot of failure involved in, dealing with Mopars. It's definitely a character building experience. I'll tell you that.
It's a lot of pain.
It's a lot of pain.
You have to being uncomfortable all the time.
Yeah. Being Mopar is no walk in the park. I'll tell you that right now.
You have to love it. I remember thinking that, back in the day, you really have to love it to do it.
Yeah.
It hurts.
Now, it still hurts the same.
Right.
But now it's expensive on top of that.
And we're older.
We're older.
Somebody
needs to put me out of my misery. Seriously.
Bruce says, hi from New Zealand. Sorry I'm late. And I haven't updated everything since the last video you made of the updates.
We'll do something soon. But I even did it with the Miata.
Wayne says Elon would agree with your failure comment.
But it's true. I didn't just make this up. This is ancient wisdom. You're just hearing it through a YouTube channel, right? But no, seriously, the fear of failure is what stops everybody. You need to learn to embrace failure.
Fail hard.
Fail hard.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, I swear to God, right? And she's my witness, okay? I lunge into things. And again, she's my witness. I've had these ideas where I'm going to open a business. And literally that day, okay, I'm looking for the place and moving into it. You know what I mean? Yeah. I don't, because
the quicker you fail,
exactly.
You learn.
It's like whatever
you are to be successful.
Exactly. Whatever it is that I'm going to do, I am going to fail. Right. Whatever this new thing is, because right. I don't know. The only thing I don't know is what I don't know. So the only way I'll find out what I don't know is by just lunging into it and then figuring out where I went wrong. Then you take your next shot at it, and if you're not stoned and you're able to actually learn from your mistakes, you'll be successful. And sometimes you have to fail at something. You have to lunge into it 3, 4, 5 times, whatever it is.
It takes a lot of intestinal fortitude.
Takes a lot of intestinal fortitude. But that's the only way you find success. And then, of course, you have to define success as how do you define success? Because the whole world has... Shush! Shush! The whole world has different standards of what success is. So you have to determine what is success to you. So, so success to me is, I'm almost 60 years old. This is what I'm doing for a living right now. I make damn good money doing it, and I'm my own boss. And if this stopped being a thing tomorrow, I could just go into one of several other businesses that I've had. And so to me, the definition of success is freedom. And I have more freedom than I deserve. It's ridiculous. So anyway, I don't know, I'm just rambling on here. But Jay Mank sent $50. Thank you so much, Jay. I appreciate that.
Go out.
Project Thunderbird, you got attached to your dad's 64 Valiant convertible. Those are sweet, happy cars, man. Ron Ward, I have no fear of losing my job. I have fear of not doing what I want to do. See, and my biggest fear is ever having a job.
Nobody would ever hire us.
No, I would turn to a life of crime before I got a job. I have no problem. I go rob liquor stores and gas stations before I ever get a job. No, but it's true. That's no lie. I'll admit it. Most people won't admit it.
Don't steal stuff, guys.
Yeah, don't steal stuff. But if you have to.
No.
No.
No, we don't like that.
Be straight up. If you are going to steal, make sure you do it from corporates.
Tony.
What? Insurance companies.
Tony.
Never be afraid to steal from them. What? She's making her faces again.
You're going to get kicked off YouTube.
Curtis Randolph has a front bumper for a 71 Torino. Nice. I hope you get the rest of that car. Aaron Dickey, my fear is not having the ambition to follow through with my dreams. There you go. There's the best motivator.
Come on, you come in. Come on. Really good. Really cookie.
So you're saying you need big bullocks. No, you need big balls. The world only rewards big balls. It doesn't matter if you're male or female or gay, or it doesn't make any difference. It doesn't matter what you are, right? Balls is the only thing that the world actually recognizes and respects. Okay, let's see. No, the dog. No, Artie. Well, Mike. Artie, Mike. No, this is just a normal stuff. I'm not fighting. They're done with the fighting. Now this is just a normal yappy run around selves.
Yeah, the big fighting is over. Oh, really?
Balls would shrink real fast if they were staring down the wrong end of a 50 caliber. Not necessarily. Balls handles the situation coolly. I don't know. Would James Bond lose his shit staring down the face of a 50 caliber? No. He would just calmly assess the situation and work his way out of it. I mean, that's balls. That's what balls is. Or not, right? How much will the stream make me? I don't know. How much you're going to send? We don't.
$2,000. No, no.
Our streams don't bring in very much money, because what happens is most people that do streams will start plugging it the day before. So they'll have like a thumbnail, and then and the time and all that. But we don't do that, because we try to keep the crowd on the smallish side so that it's not flipping around like that. And highly populated live streams, like when you have 1,000, we've had that, we've done that. We've got like 1,000, 1,200 people. You make a lot of money because everybody's got to do super chat to get their thing read.
Yeah, otherwise you really can't read.
But you lose that whole one-on-one thing that we have. So we don't promote our live feeds in advance, and we generally have on average between 250 and 450 people on at a time. So we don't have that kind of traffic that keeps the super chat going like it does. But that's not why we do these. We do these because we like being with our audience live. Evander Holyfield, what a great fighter he was, man. No one ever became a champ by playing it safe. That's right.
Uncle No Identity says, I took strength training in high school and I failed a lot, but I was determined, and thus I grew from my failures.
Yep.
Motivation plus determination equals success.
Yep. And preparation.
Sometimes the timing isn't right on things.
Yeah. Well, okay, but like luck. Luck is when preparation meets opportunity.
Yeah.
So opportunities are around you all the time. The more opportunities that you're prepared for, the luckier in life you'll be. Which is exactly how we ended up on YouTube. This isn't something we planned.
No.
I didn't. Yeah. If you go back
about it, we made 2 videos.
Yeah.
And then we got kicked out of the shop, so we weren't really planning on this.
No, seriously.
We the shop.
Yeah, we had a shop and we lost the shop. They sold the shop out from underneath us. So that was the end of that. And then we just decided to do YouTube. We didn't plan on it.
Because we couldn't find another shop.
But the YouTube, this channel, what we do now is an example of luck. We were prepared for anything, and the opportunity to do this evolved. So we seized it, and here we are. And it's worked out pretty good so far.
Uncle Bobo says, all right. Another live with UTG coming from the West Coast. Coastal Auto Reaction.
Oh, okay. What's going on, guys? What's the best move I ever made? Well, physically move to Tennessee.
Zero says, I almost died a week ago. Again. And it's always the same. Focus on surviving and zero fear. Oi.
Yeah. Oh man, near-death experiences are awesome. I've had, and I'm not exaggerating this. She's my witness. I have had so many near-death experiences. I don't even flinch anymore. It's just like, whatever it is. There's nothing better than a near-death experience. I had last year, right? 2 years ago, I guess it was. I had a grinder explode, and it tore me the fuck up. I was shredded. My face, my nose, my arm, right? So I was at the shop when this happened, and I was bleeding out. I was like, I knew I was bleeding out. There was like puddles of blood everywhere. And I got back here to the house, and I was like, hurry up, grab the camera. She was like, what? No. You got to get a picture of this. It's like over the top, right? It's just like you have so many of these.
He comes in and he's like, I'm dizzy.
You know?
You're dizzy because you lost a lot of blood. So I put a tourniquet. And then he wasn't going, he tried to wash it. And he's like, take a picture. And I'm like, no. I was screaming at him. And I'm like, you're going to the hospital. And he refused. And I was like, I'm going to hit you in the head with a pan. And then you get in the car, you go to the hospital.
You just get so used to that sort of thing that it's just like, quick, get the picture. You're dying. No, get the picture. Then we'll fix it.
I got in the car and there was this much blood, like 1.5 inches on the seat. You're really hard to deal with. I was going to hit him in the head with a pan because we were in the kitchen. And I said, if you don't get in that car right now, I'm going to hit you in the head and knock you out and drag you in there.
But that would have just been a flashback to my childhood.
It doesn't matter because you were dying.
Okay.
Coastal Auto Reaction wants to know, are you going to watch them live again?
I guess. When are you going on? I could drop in.
So any thoughts on a 392 heavy build? Horsepower number don't matter, just want reliability. Worth the investment?
Yeah, if you're just looking for a cool old motor, they run fantastic. I mean, they really run nice. They're sweet, sweet engines. Hard to get normally aspirated horsepower out of them. But if that's not your goal, yeah, definitely build it. If you actually build an early Hemi, put an early Hemi together, you will fall in love with it. Like there's no question about it. When you see how perfect the machining is and how perfect those castings are on those 1950s Chrysler engines, it's going to blow your mind. Because I mean, pull one apart and examine the pieces yourself, and you'll see what I'm talking about. The jewels, they're absolute jewels. And the best of the bunch out of all of those was the DeSoto.
John Anderson says, what brand side pipes and blowers should I put on my 72 454 Vega? Where on the hood should I mount the gauges?
I don't know. I would just grab a random 1973 copy of CarCraft and just do whatever it is they have on there.
Is that the type of car that you did that?
No, it was a Maverick.
It was a Maverick. Yeah. Okay. It reminded me of that. Let's see. I bet Tony has been hit in the head many times. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
He has.
Head trauma is like a warm, fuzzy blanket that I pull over myself.
Let's see. Chris says his mom and dad had the same relationship. Him a carpenter and her a nurse. Cut his head with a wood splitter. And I quote, "Can you steri-strip it so I don't have to go to the hospital?"
I didn't want to go to the hospital. She made me go to the hospital. I said, just wrap it up, it'll be fine. No, you're gonna die.
There's blood everywhere. There's blood everywhere. It wouldn't stop. It was pouring out. I put a tourniquet on his arm. I took my belt off my pants. That's how bad it was, and I wrapped it around his arm.
Well, so we go to the hospital, and you know what they end up doing? They end up wrapping it up, like I told her to do.
Well, because you're lucky you didn't hit an artery. Oh my gosh. Someone needs to give Tony an old VW Beetle.
No, I don't have the time. I love those cars, but it'll just sit.
Zero Data wants to know what's the flaw in the Buick 455. What's
the flaw? Mm-hmm. There's only 2 weak links on those motors that I finally wanted to post a Glidden interview. All right, John. Well, we'll see if we can find it.
Oh, I gotta look for it
before the end of this video. This live stream. The Buick only has 2 negative things, right? One is not so big a deal. One is a big deal. The not so big a deal is the way the end rocker arms hang off the ends of the shaft instead of being encapsulated inside the shafts. So that leads to a lot of deflection. The rocker shafts are a weak point on those engines. The bad part is the fact that they oil the cam from the side, and it's the wrong side. So instead of the oil hole for the camshaft feed being facing up like this, it's like this. So as the cam is running, right, it's dragging the oil all the way around the top before it gets down here to the bottom. So what happens is, if you run a lot of spring pressure and a lot of RPM, the cam will tend to dig into the bearing and either run through the bearing or spin the bearing. So those are the 2 downsides of the Buick. Other than that, they're fantastic motors, man.
Robert wants to know, did you learn anything from that experience?
Which?
Your grinder experience.
Yeah, to put the guard on the grinder. I never really knew there was a reason for having the guard on the grinder, but now I use the guard all the time.
Thanks, Zaps, Rod. He says the tree looks good. We're working on it. Tree in progress.
George Bonnie, you have the great sticker BTP. I put the BTP stickers you sent me. Thank you so much for those. I put them on there's one on my truck on the back bumper of my carry van, and then there's one on one of my toolboxes.
Mm-hmm. Bill Jones says 400 big block is like huge bore and super short stroke, right?
It's a 400 big block is a 4.34 inch bore and a 3.38 inch stroke. So it's not a huge. It's a big bore, but not huge, and it's a short stroke, but not super short. It's a happy motor. It's a good happy combination. The only downside of those things is the piston weight. The pistons weigh a ton. Stock pistons. If you build an aftermarket motor with lighter pistons, you can't go wrong with them.
Moparman 78 says, did you get your 273 Commando pistons?
I have not.
You didn't get them yet?
Nobody has.
Ron Ward says, dear Uncle Tony.
Dear Uncle Tony.
What is your opinion of using Teflon tape or inverted flare fittings?
I very, very, very rarely use Teflon tape. I'll generally fix things so I don't have to use Teflon tape. But in a pinch, I've used it.
Oops.
The exploding grinder. Yeah, I had a cutoff disc of a 5-inch cutoff disc, literally just explode. So when it did, I was cutting through a piece of angle iron, and I was reaching through another piece of metal when this happened. So it was like an out angle, and when it exploded, I pulled it jumped back. I pulled my hand back, and because it was imbalanced, it flipped around. It cut me here, It cut me, it cut my thumb. Then it cut me across here, right to the bone, and literally into the bone. And then it come up here. There's a nice scar there. Then it come up here. And then it come up here. And then it cut my lip in half, and it cut my nose in half.
Yep. Yep. You're lucky. You're really lucky.
Fee, you're dirt poor, but I'm an inspiration and amazing. Well, thank you so much, brother, man. I appreciate that. Fee, if you're a poor man, you really shouldn't have sent the money. Thank you so much. I really do appreciate it. Send him something. Fee, please send us your address to UncleTony'sGarage@gmail.com, and just put, in the subject line, just put Fee so we know who you are. And yeah, man, we're gonna send you something. Thank you so much.
I could go and order Chinese food from a mile away, but I don't like cold cats. Oh, okay, Coastal Order Reaction says, to answer Tony's question, Saturdays at 5 p.m. Pacific are their live streams. So
that's 3 o'clock our time. Okay.
That's usually not when you're on the computer.
That's usually, I'm nowhere near a computer at that time, but I mean, if I am around, I'll
remember.
Yep.
Let's see.
If I see the notification come up on my phone, I'll jump in there.
Is it too early to talk about Carlisle? I wanted to take both my 62 Valiants, 225 and a 440.
You know, it's funny because you mentioned the Valiant, but watch the video we do tomorrow.
Now everybody's going to know what it's going to be about. I'm giving it away.
But they're not going to know the angle. They're not going to know the angle. Okay. It's going to be an interesting video. It's going to be stuff. It's going to be stuff that even the hardest core Mopar guy does not know about.
Oh, sounds interesting, Tony. I can't wait. You spoiled it, Tony. Dakota says. The tree keeps moving because I'm in the rocking chair, and I keep going back and forth, and I hit it. See, now it's moving. That's why. It's me. Let's see.
One word says, Uncle Kathy offered my favorite quote of all time. The only thing in life we truly honor are our choices. Oh, man. You said that?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You said that?
Well, yeah, no, you don't
When did you say that?
Anything. Just what you decide to do.
I own things.
Not really.
I own this tree.
You think you own that. It's a hologram. Chewing on the wires. That 72 Serena question keeps coming up. I think it needs a B-molar question.
I have no idea what this. I have no idea what the 72.
Tony, do you have a good 916?
I got a few of them. I can never find them when I need them, but I've got them. Yeah.
Tony, where would you start if the engine is half built? What's up, Olive?
Where would I start if the engine is half built? If it's only half built, I would say unbuild it and check and double check everything that's been done so far. The half built engine indicates a half-assed attempt. So I would say the first step is unbuild the half that's built and then go from there.
There's a video of a flathead running with only one head. Other side, you can see the pistons moving.
That would be a good video. You know, people don't understand how fast these things move. You know, when we talk about, especially when we talk about like theory and shit like that, you know, where it's like, okay, well, the ring does this and the piston does that and the pin does this and the ring, and it's like you picture as you like you're picturing it happening as you're describing it, but in reality, it's idle. It's moving faster than the eye can see. So it's like, yeah, internal combustion engines are pretty miraculous things.
Cal Phillips says, did you actually help decorate the tree?
No, not even a little bit.
You used to.
I used to.
He used to do all the lights. It was crazy.
Okay.
Now he's lazy.
It was back during my nitro sickness days, right? Like because like there was a period of my life, probably I don't know, about 10, 12 years, right? Where like everything had to be just over the top extreme. I mean, it was ridiculous. And my Christmas tree was no different. And we used to have a lot of fuel guys come over for Christmas. The Laganas would come over and Caminito would come over. And so,
Norman Blake.
Blake would come over, various crew people would come over. So I had to make sure that anything that was in my house was going to be over the top the same way our race cars were over the top. So
the tree was ridiculous.
The tree, okay.
It's ridiculous.
I peeked out a tree this size with 6,000 lights. And they were all different types of lights, all different sizes, all different blinking and shit like that.
You had those big icicles, they were like this tall.
Yeah. So I had a tree that was this size.
Yeah.
But my example is about 200 lights on this tree, right? 300 lights maybe?
No. There's more than that.
400 lights?
No, there's more than that.
No, there's not.
Yeah, there is.
Tree this size, I had 6 at its peak. This was in like 1997 or so. Like the peak of 1998 was like the peak of the nitro sickness. I had 6,000 lights on the tree. You couldn't light the tree all in one shot. It had to be done in 3 phases. So, and you couldn't leave it on for more than a few. Remember, if you leave it on for like a few minutes, it would start to smoke. If you put all 3 phases of the Christmas tree on all at once, you'd have, after about 4 or 5 minutes, the whole thing would start to smoke. So you'd have to start shutting down phases of it. It was pretty intense. You can't make stuff like that up. Here's my witness. She was there. She went through all of this.
I have pictures of it.
Do you have pictures of it?
Mm-hmm. With the look on it.
Yeah.
Are you really planning to do a lot with that Buick guy? The guy just happens to own the AHRA. Mm-hmm. How does that happen?
I don't know, man. Pure luck. And he's like literally 15 miles from my house.
Yeah.
Go figure that one, right? Dallas and I, we started yapping, and it's like we're twin brothers from different mothers. You know what I mean? It's like we just hit it off immediately. So yeah, you're gonna be seeing a lot of him and his stuff and whatnot on the channel.
John Wilburn says my tree has 5,200. I've got to come up with 800 more now.
Okay, but what size are they? Because we
had the big ones.
I had the big ones on there. Yeah, I had. They didn't just have these mini lights. Right. No, I had like full size.
Yeah,
like
the big ones are put on first. Those are the ones that used to get hot.
Yeah. Then we had these like long ones, these like
big
icicles ones.
But is your house yellow with Christmas lights? Is it yellow?
That's the color of the walls. She just painted it. It's a beautiful
beige.
color.
It's beige.
It doesn't look very good here on because of the lighting, but it's actually it's a really
nice color.
It's almost kind of like butterscotch.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah.
A little bit. Do we have a Christmas car? No. Our tree has the classic bubbler lights. Oh, nice, Mopaman.
Nice.
Andrew Button says, funny you say that. My MSD causes my turn signals to flicker with the idle of the engine, so it can be done.
I put those spotlights on it too from the inside. Remember?
Yeah.
I had on the inside of the tree. I had floodlights that ran up the center of the tree. That was like the 3rd phase. So when you hit that, the whole thing just went.
And then it was covered completely with tinsel.
And then everything was covered with tinsel on top of that. Right? Yeah, exactly.
There was so much tinsel. Like there was no
room for anything but bulbs and tinsel.
There was no green left. It was just.
I know.
No, seriously. Like you couldn't see that there was a tree under there. It was just this shape.
It was an orb.
Lights and tinsel.
It was a Christmas tree shaped orb.
It was a fire hazard.
It was absolutely a fire hazard.
UCT tree needs a ceramic ballast. But you don't do them like that anymore because you're lazy.
No, the Barracuda painting is still right over here.
Yeah, it's there.
Yeah.
John Holborn stole the Barracuda painting. I tried to get rid of it. Tony won't let me let it go.
Yeah, I really like it.
I would really let it go.
John could have stole it the last time he was here. Dude, you know how to get into my house. Next time you're in our area, just sneak in, grab it, and take off.
Where are the dogs? They're being quiet right now. They're on the couch. Cars That Made the World is a TV series worth checking out. We've seen that, haven't we?
I don't know.
I think so.
I don't know.
empty tank container at the top.
Good night, Ron. Love you too, brother, man.
I was gonna try. They told me they saying sell the painting. I wanted to let it go. We were gonna I don't know.
No, if we get rid of the
raffle or
painting,
something.
it's going to John Wilbur.
He won't, but Tony wants it.
I want it.
Thanks,
I'm not
Tony.
I'm not gonna give it up. But if John wants to sneak in here when we're not around or I'm not around and grab it off the wall, what am I gonna say?
What are you gonna say?
What am I gonna say?
Oh, funny. He says he was so close to getting it. Rude Mopar dude says, I asked for that thing over a year ago. He's yelling.
Yeah, but John actually drove out here and picked up a freaking transmission, saving me the drudgery of having to do this shit myself. Now he's gonna put it together, he's gonna drop the thing back off again. You know what? If anybody earned it, it's John.
Where's the best place to buy a 318 engine rebuild kit?
If it's just a regular standard rebuild kit, I mean, Rock Auto or one of those places, you should be able to get a good deal.
Let's see. Is your D100 slash start?
You're going to be my daily driver after the gambling? No, I wouldn't want to use it as a daily driver, but it's going to be a fun. We have a lot of off-road places here, and not necessarily in this town, but in my general area, like within 50 miles, there's a bunch of off-road parks and whatnot. So we're just going to go and have fun with it. Take my granddaughters in there and go bounce around.
Is it going to be safe for them?
Yeah.
You better make it safe.
Okay, sorry, Tony. I thinking of the block is done, but I don't know where to start to put the stuff that goes on the side of it. And it is just sitting on the motor mounts, on the flywheel is off the crank. Oh, so where do you start? Bro, it's like a jigsaw puzzle, just one piece at a time. You know what I mean? I can't really tell you where to start. I don't know.
Charlotte Cohen says, remember me, Tony?
Charlotte, yeah.
Yeah.
How are you doing? You've been wow, it's been a while since you've been around, actually.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. Hello from New Jersey. What's up, Vince?
What's happening, Vince?
The People's Republic of New Jersey. Right? Where's your brother? Your brother hasn't been on.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Bruce W. Someone said to me the last good engine Chrysler ever made was the 360 Magnum. What are my thoughts?
Yeah, I'll be back. Wait.
The 360 Magnum was an excellent motor. I mean, all LA motors were. There isn't a bad LA motor in the bunch. You can't really say much bad about the late Hemi. I know we did those videos about the lifter oiling and all of that. I know, I get it. It's a weak point of those engines. And yeah, the earliest ones were dropping cam shit. We're dropping valve seats. I know. But it's not a bad motor. There's a lot of them out there, and as long as you use them, you know, as long as you don't let them sit and idle for too long, they're good motors. Thank you, Patrick. I appreciate that. Some $5.
Thank you, Patrick.
Yeah, let's see. Tony Tube, hello from Ontario. What's happening, my brother? Hey, Tony, do you have any safety advice for the younger guys getting into old school cars? Oh, God. I'm not like the safety guy. I got to tell you, right? And that doesn't mean that I'm down on safety. You know, I think safety is a great fucking thing, kind of. It's not really my bag. I stay alive. Geez, I don't know. Safety in what? Maybe I'm misreading the question. Safety in how do you mean that? After the Torque Flight, you have a 318 project come up. It'll be fun. But have you gotten your 1,000 subs yet? Guys, John Wilburn, go to his channel, sub to John Wilburn's channel. John's 1,000th sub is going to get a full load of our merch.
Merry Christmas, Charlotte. Any chance on doing a turbo build? Neutron Performance Multiplier.
I don't have anything on the horizon. We were doing that that Dart that belongs to what's his name?
Jim Bennett.
Jim Bennett. But Jim is slammed with work over there. He doesn't have time to deal with that car at the moment. It'll be coming back into our hands. I don't have any plans to do any turbo stuff of my own, but that could change. And Fubar the Axe just put up a link to John Wilburn's channel. Please go over there, hit the click, click the sub button there, hit the bell. Right, John's a great guy. He's doing a torque flight for the Plan Z Dart. He's a smart guy, man. He knows a lot of shit. You need to ask him questions, not me.
Yogurt needs a thumbs up, Tony.
Yogurt.
You two are still all right. Thanks, Charlotte.
We try, Charlotte.
We try and do all right.
We check each other all the time. Hey, am I okay?
Yeah, you're okay. Am I okay?
Yeah, you're okay.
All right.
See,
good.
We do this constantly just to make sure that, we're still on.
We're still going. Okay, Andrew Button wants to know the quote you had. If you hit the gas and it doesn't cause instant death, go faster. Tell us about the quote and when you came up with it.
I had a guy in his name was Slavin Sammy Miller, and he's the quickest accelerating man on earth. He's dead now, right? And the story, the way he died, is just this totally off the wall thing. I'll tell that story sometime. But the thing with his car was his whole operation. He was into hydrogen peroxide rockets. He had a bad fire in a funny car in '73, I think it was, and changed his life a little bit. And he decided to go rocket racing. So he built this hydrogen peroxide rocket called the Vanishing Point, and set records everywhere. Now I met him. I was building a car for the Patosa brothers. This is in 1990, right? Was it 1990? I don't know, 1989, 1990. I don't even remember the year it was. I was building a funny car for the Patosa brothers on Staten Island, and Sammy come in the shop one day, and I didn't know. He looked familiar, but I'd never met him or anything. And he was a backhoe operator. The guy just ran a fucking backhoe, right? Like just anybody else. Worked at a construction company. His family's construction company. Most low-key guy you'd ever want to meet. But he had the record. He was the world's quickest accelerating man on land, on water, and on ice at the time. And the thing with his car, with his operation, was it was 0 to 200 back to 0 in like 2.9 seconds, whatever it was. And it's like, this is it. This is like you can't go any, like, how do you beat this? You can't beat this. This is it. This is the fastest accelerating man on earth. So it's like the only way you could like beat this is if you built a device that if you hit the gas, it just meant you die, right? And that's it. I mean, honestly, ultimately, if you go to the end of the line, you go to the end of the rainbow, nothing is fast enough until it means when you hit the throttle, you're dead. It's
He used to pass out, right?
He used to black out.
Mm-hmm. He used to black out.
They used to have to. The car accelerated so fast that they took surveyor's equipment to line the car up, and the parachute was on a timer. The parachute and the fuel supply. So he was running 3-second quarter miles back then, right? And he only had enough fuel. It was a hydrogen peroxide deal. He only had enough fuel in the car to be under power for around 300 feet, and it would coast the rest of the way and run those kind of numbers. And the parachute was on a timer also. So it was like 3 seconds or 4 seconds after he hit the throttle, the parachute would deploy because he was blacked out. There was like nothing. He was just along for the ride until when the chute would come out, it'd push him forward and his brain would come back, right? So I mean, yeah, that's the story behind that statement that I made.
James Hicks sent $5. Thank you.
Thank you. Sammy Miller is probably one of the greatest Americans of all time, and I'm not saying that lightly.
Oh, this cat wants me. Come on. Let him in. Questions, Tony?
I don't know. I'm trying to read here. And,
are you trying to read?
Well, I'm trying to catch up, but I don't.
Did you black out?
Yes, I blacked out. Well, you know what happens? I start thinking about this stuff, and it's just like it takes me out of the zone here. I'm sorry. Give me a question.
Give you a question?
Yeah.
Keep the cat away from the camera, please. He's right near it right now.
Oh.
Yeah, he knocked it out last week. He jumped up on the table and knocked the camera out.
Grab a cat and tell a story. I only have one cat, and I don't really like to even touch him, to tell you the truth.
Oh, he's a nice cat.
He's a nice cat. I don't. I'm not a cat person. Have you ever been to the Chrysler Building? I grew up in New York City. Of course, I've been to the Chrysler Building.
What do you think about Diego living to be 97?
Good for him. I hope it was 97 and in health. I don't know. Lots of people live to like 97, but they should have been dead at 60. I mean, I don't.
If they lived to 97, then they shouldn't have been dead at 60. They should be dead at 97.
Well, some people in their old age are they're just like mushrooms. They just sit there.
Depends on your lifestyle.
Yeah, I'm saying at 97, I hope he had a good,
Probably did. Smiley says, what are the major differences between building a motorcycle engine and a car engine?
Motorcycle stuff is a little more precision. It's obviously it's a little smaller, so when you build a motorcycle engine, you really want to have your best glasses on, and when you're building a car engine, you just a pair of like readers from Dollar Tree will do the job. That's about the main difference.
Here's another article question. Do you remember the article about the Hemi Roadrunner in New York that was compared to a gorilla or something? There was nothing on the car actually except that.
No, it doesn't ring a bell.
I don't know. Robert Lee says, you ever build the rare 59 to 60 only 383 RB?
No. No, it was 1 year only. It was 58 only.
Bliss Monte Carlo says, hi, good morning.
Good morning.
How you doing?
The 383 was 58, 59. The 350 was 1 year only, 1958.
The King Kong Block 70 Hemi Roadrunner is what he's referring to. Dave Belcar says. Do you remember it?
I'm sorry, I don't remember it.
I don't remember that either. Why does DeSoto think he is wagging his tail in the camera? Oh, yeah, here. He's sitting on the table. No, get away from the camera.
Look, he's causing an earthquake.
He's walking on the table. Let's see. Tony, a video idea.
Okay.
Can you do a video of the owners summoning their project car on video? Submitting.
Oh,
submitting.
It's possible if enough people send them. Yeah, we could do that.
He's all wet. It's raining outside. He's all wet.
Rika, how often do you have to refresh the fluid in an 833? I've never had one last long enough in one piece to actually worry about that. I've crunched a bunch of gears. Yeah. I don't get too many passes out of an 833 before I got to tear them down anyway. So.
Okay. Chris says Hurst Hemi Cuda or Hurst Hemi Dart. Which would you choose?
Probably the. See. That's if you ask me that morning, I'll say Barracuda. You ask me right now, I'll say Dart. You ask me tomorrow afternoon, I'll say Barracuda. I just have to flip a coin.
How can you get the most power out of a single cylinder engine?
Well, you don't really have it's harder to get power out of a thumper than it is like a multi-cylinder engine because you don't really get the exhaust the scavenging effect from other, sharing with other cylinders. You don't really get an even pulse through the under the carburetor, the plenum. It's harder to get power out of a thumper, but people do it.
Who makes the whiplash cam?
Hughes Engines makes that.
Did you ever study Walter P?
Study him? No.
Chuck and Jim Bridges. Buick 425 rear main seal. Should I go rope or neoprene?
Neoprene.
Did you ever have the pleasure of meeting Smokey Yunick back in the day?
No. Read everything he wrote, and I used to read in the 80s. I used to read Stock Car Racing magazine almost religiously, and I had zero interest in stock car racing. But the tech articles that were, we did that magazine thing, the magazine video a couple of weeks ago, and I should have mentioned that Stock Car Racing magazine, especially when Smokey Yunick was involved, and that was like off the chain as far as tech goes.
Yeah, black cats matter. They do. Lazy whole ranch, and his claw is in my leg. Ow. Okay. It's a bad habit of doing that.
What's my favorite drink? Tang. I drink
like
a lot of
astronauts.
Tang. Yeah, like the astronauts.
Yeah. Have you ever had any streetcars that would go over 150 miles per hour? Dakota wants to know.
No.
No. Any chance of you doing a Yamaha XS 650 build?
No.
Oh, Robert Lee just.
But I was into those bikes for a while, and I saw I had a bit of a collection. I had like 2 complete bikes and a bunch of parts bikes, and I ended up selling all of those to Indian Larry back in like '97 before he became famous, back in like '96 or '97.
Robert Lee just spent $4,500 on eye surgery for his black cat.
Ooh.
I'm sorry, Robert. That's a lot of scuttles. Favorite Christmas song?
I don't really have one.
Tony doesn't really like Christmas
music. I don't like Christmas music.
But when the girls come over and sing, he doesn't mind it.
Oh, I love it when the girl, yeah. Oh, yeah.
They're very cute.
Yeah, a couple of weeks ago, Katie was singing.
That was what she sing? Last night.
Was that last night?
Yeah.
I don't know. It's a couple of weeks ago to me.
That's what she's doing is singing Christmas carols.
Yeah.
She's 5.
Yeah. So yeah, my favorite Christmas song is whichever one
Katie's
my granddaughter is singing. Yeah.
Tony, you need a transverse torsion bar Mopar in your life. I
have enough Mopars in my life. I don't need any more.
Do we have enough?
Yes.
Oh, Coastal Auto Reaction sent you Canadian $20.99.
Why'd you do that? That's all right, brother. You don't have to do that.
Everyone check out all your channels. UT has been dropping subscribers, Happen to Us, and Cold War Motors. Let's also get John's channel over too. Is everybody losing subs?
We haven't lost any subs.
Well, have we? I'm sure we've lost some. We lose them regularly, but we gain them regularly.
The number keeps going higher. I mean,
yeah.
I haven't seen it. I haven't noticed the number go down at all.
Yeah, so
I don't really pay too much. I don't really pay too close. When we didn't have many subs, like when
it was noticeable.
Yeah, like when we had like 20,000 subs or 30,000 subs. Yeah, man, we paid attention. It's like, oh shit, we lost a sub. Oh my god, it's the end of the world, right? But I mean, honestly, I don't even look at the sub count anymore. I know we have over.
But doesn't YouTube go through this like?
We have 166,000. But what happens is
rid of people.
Yeah,
if
you've got a channel, right, and you notice that your sub count all of a sudden you lost like let's say you got 20, 30, 40,000 subs, and all of a sudden you lost like 4,000 subs. What happens is YouTube goes through and they audit the accounts. So what happens is, let's say somebody subbed to your channel like 5 years ago,
yeah, if they
3
think
years, whatever
it's a fake sub, they get rid of it.
If they think it's a fake sub, they get rid of it. Actually, Power Nation, they scrub them like 1 million fucking subscribers.
Yeah.
In a day. But no, if you lose a substantial number of subscribers in one shot, what happens is YouTube goes through and they find dormant accounts and they cancel those accounts.
Yeah, people have told us that they've gotten unsub to us.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because they weren't getting our notifications. They're like, I was unsubbed.
Right.
So
right. So it's just YouTube clearing house. I guess they only have so much server space or whatever it is.
Whatever.
And they clear out. So if you got a channel and you see all of a sudden you're down, a big chunk of subs, don't freak out. It's just a normal thing, and you'll start climbing back up again.
Except they take out real subs. They think
sometimes they do,
fake
yeah.
subs. So go check out Coastal Auto Reaction, Cold War Motors, John Wilburn's channel. Go sub. Let's see. Trying to wean bot or inactive accounts. Yeah, that's what they do. Coastal Auto Reaction says that's us now. They took out a bunch of your subs. That sucks.
Yeah, I know. It hurts. I know. I remember when we first got started with this, and that would happen every few months, and it was like we would panic. It was like, oh shit.
Yeah, what happened?
I better start looking for a new line of work, man. And then all of a sudden it comes right back again. But it's no big deal. And if you're wondering like what relationship subs have to your channel, okay, they don't. They actually don't.
Yeah.
You don't get any extra money because of subs or anything like that. You don't. There's nothing to do with it. What it is it's a basic indication that you'll get approximately 10% of your subs on your first 24 hours on a video.
Yeah.
So essentially, if you have 100,000 subs, you can more or less, on average, because some videos get a lot of views, some videos don't get any views, but on average, if you've got 100,000 subs, you can count on getting approximately 10,000 views in your video's first 24 hours. That's really about the only relationship it has to anything. What you do get, what is important is reactions, comments, likes, and dislikes, even dislikes. Yeah. If you put up a video and it has, let's say it has 1 like and 99 dislikes, right? Everybody gives it the thumb down. It doesn't make any difference.
Likes. Yeah.
It's audience reaction, and as long as you get an audience reaction, YouTube puts the video out there, and the more they put the video out there, the higher the CPM you get. So
a lot of it goes by comments too. Like if something's got a lot of comments, they'll push the video out.
Yeah, your haters and your trolls are actually putting money in your pocket.
We have somebody that as soon as the video is up, thumbs down it.
Yeah, that's
like they wait for it. They're subs. Obviously, they ring the bell.
No, we watch this. This is great.
Because I load the videos. I'll put the videos up, and as soon as I hit that button,
there's automatically a thumbs down.
I'll load the video, and then I'll go over to watch the video on YouTube, and there's a thumbs down there because I go to YouTube to share it to Facebook. And I'm like, you're kidding me. Like, you're faster than I am.
It's automatic. There is somebody out there. There's literally, there's somebody out there that the instant our video hits, it gets a thumbs down. It'll have no views. It'll show no views,
right.
But there's a thumbs down.
It's pretty funny. Hate us because they ain't us. Yeah. That's right, Benji.
They're taking my bills.
It's ridiculous.
Say whatever you want about me.
But it makes you wonder, like, what's going on in their life that, like, they have to get that every single time it comes up. You know what's going on in their life? It's 0.
Yeah, but they gave us a credit
right
with YouTube. No matter how you look at it, they gave us a thumbs down, which gave us a credit, which just makes our video that much stronger as far as YouTube goes.
Jason's Garage Inc. says, keep up the work, everybody. Yeah, just keep going. Keep going. Yeah, lazy a-hole ranch jealousy.
What was Indian Larry like? He was a regular guy. It was just, it was before he started doing all his biker build-off. It was right before he started doing all his biker build-off shows and stuff. Man, he was just a regular guy. He had a shop down here in Brooklyn. Indian Larry.
Wayne Ferguson says, when are you getting that work camera built into the peak of your cap? Seriously, that would save me so much.
We should do
filming, and then people would see you working on things, which they want to see, and it won't be anybody watching you. Let's do that, Tony. Let's get you a camera to wear on your head. JW says, love what you do. Great job. Thank you, JW.
Yeah, John Wilburn says, in pro wrestling, applause is good, boos are good, no reaction is a career ender. Absolutely right.
Demonetized? No.
Not us, no.
No. Have you ever had? Oh, he's saying, have you ever had a video demonetized?
Yes.
Bitch and Burnout is the title. How to do bitch and burnout?
Yeah, but then we appealed that, and they were like, oh, okay. And there was another one where we used the word boob in the title.
Oh, it was the one about the bitch mittens. That was demonetized.
The boob tube.
And yeah, you used the term boob tube in the title. They didn't like that. That was demonetized.
They thought we were talking about, breasts, boobs, tits. But no, it was the boob tube, the phrase. So yeah, we've had 3 or 4 videos demonetized since we started doing this, but each of them has been remonetized since then. Because you just appeal to them, they'll say, they'll send you a notice saying, your video has been demonetized for this reason. And if you respond to it and you tell them, well, no, that's not what was meant by this or whatever, they'll go back and if it's, of course, obviously it has to be straight up, that what you tell them is the truth. They remonetize. There's no problem. Our lives tend to not get monetized because there's a lot of cursing in them. There's, it's a little bit different.
We got notices that it was for 18 and up.
Yeah.
Because somebody reported us. They flagged us.
Yeah.
I wonder who that could be.
Ever met Lori Johns? No, never met her.
Steven says, I would like to see how a 318 or a 273 turbo for a daily driver, just so when you need to make 300 plus horsepower, it's there.
Oh, you won't have any problem at all. Yeah, no, they respond really well to turbochargers. There's a lot of just Google 318 turbo. There's countless examples and how-tos on turbocharging a 318.
Dave Belcar says, Dave Hakem says hi from Detroit.
Hey, what's going on, Dave Hakem? He's a great guy.
Let's see. Alex wants to know, how does the comp roller compare to the Whiplash?
Apples and oranges. You mean you're talking about the one on Bottle Rocket? It's apples and oranges. The Whiplash was a great bottom end cam. It was very punchy, where the one that we got from comp is ground specifically for nitrous, which we haven't run yet. We've been running it naturally aspirated because we're still working through bugs on the car. But it's specifically ground for it's on a 112. So it's great. It's spec for nitrous, and it works at around 4,000 RPM, which is about 1,000 RPM higher than the Whiplash wanted to work. But well, that's about the difference.
Now your brother is on. He says,
"It's my brother James, normal James,
Happy
Swamp
Christmas,
Rat."
John. Happy Christmas, Yoko.
Yes.
Happy Christmas, James. Let's see.
How are things there in the People's Republic of New Jersey?
Swamp Rat James, yep. What's the worst engine you've worked on?
I'm sure if I sit and think about it, there'll be others, but the Pontiac 301 comes to mind. That's the one that pops into my head. First engine I ever came across that was not rebuildable.
JW says, I can't believe my Uncle Tony got a Miata. They're fun cars to drive. Another really fun car to drive was a Ford Expedition Turbo.
I don't know what he's talking about.
You know what he's talking about?
Yeah.
Okay. Have we been back to New York since COVID? No.
No.
They wouldn't let us in. We'd have to quarantine.
And no plans to go back, ever.
They can come visit us.
Yeah.
Let's see. Will Bottle Rocket eventually be bottle fed?
Yes, absolutely. When we hit the Mopars versus Brand X race, we plan on going. We plan on having everything full send at that point.
MPP says, what is your opinion on the Offenhauser 360 Portosonic intake with a thermoquad on a 71 Coronet? Kind of looking into one.
I don't know. What engine is it going on?
360 Portosonic intake. It doesn't say what engine.
Yeah, I don't know. But if you go back, I know it's the difference between a big block and a small block. I know. But if you go back and find that 3D3 intake manifold shootout, they talk about the Portosonic in there, and they talk about its characteristics versus other intake manifolds. That was in Carcraft. Just Google 383 intake manifold shootout, and then but like I said, I know big block and small block, I get it, but the characteristics of the manifold are going to be the same. So you can read in there how it stacks up against the others.
So your brother says,
hey,
that's a pathetically light Christmas tree, not like trees of Christmas past.
We were just talking about our over-the-top Christmas trees of the 90s.
It's not done yet. Like, I literally just started. It's not done yet. It won't be pathetic when we're done. Let's see. Never going back, Tony? Nope.
Don't miss the food? No, we have the same food here.
Yeah, pretty much. You can get everything here. Except, no, you can pretty much get everything. There's no Salumarias, but you should do a weekly favorite troll meme. That would be fun, wouldn't it?
We could do that.
Didn't Scotty Kilmer do a video where like he takes like the best comments from his trolls and he puts them up and he tells us about them?
We could do that.
But we have to sit and read all the comments though and pull them out. Some of them are pretty funny. Gabagool, yeah.
Uncle Tony, during the nitrous sickness, was there any teams you didn't like racing against? I mean, God's honest truth, we never really paid attention to whatever was in the other lane. We were just busy trying to get. When you're doing it, especially at the level that we were doing it, because we were way over our heads. You don't care what's in the other lane. It doesn't make any difference. You're just focusing on getting your stuff to the other end. So no, I didn't have any favorites or least favorites or anything like that.
No, Andrew, we can get Noki. We have everything here.
Yeah.
I even got what did I get? I started to get the fish for Christmas. So
yeah, the only thing we don't get here is like knishes.
Yeah,
stuff
the Jewish
like that.
food.
Jewish food we can't get, and I love Jewish food. So good pastrami is hard to come by. You know,
get boar's
stuff
head,
like
but it's not the
knishes.
same.
Yeah.
Okay, Cave Dave says I have a late 60s 383. Hang on, I just lost it. Okay, I have a late 60s 383. How would you rebuild it for horsepower?
Bro, this standard things: cam intake, carburetor, headers, curved distributor. I mean, it responds to all of the same. Anything you can do in a small block Chevy, let's just think of a 383 Mopar as a big small block Chevy. That's all it is. So just all of the standard hot rod treatments apply.
Zach Winter sent me $20.
Thank you, Zach.
He says, "Hey, Uncle Tony, I'm 25 and living with my family, saving money for a house." Okay. That's awesome. Am I dumb for having 4 cars? I'm working on my 65 Falcon and 77 Thunderbird at friends' shops. Some friends say I'm wasting money, but I love classics.
No, I mean, you got to live your life. I mean, yeah, even listen, you make it a win-win if you could turn your hobby into a living, which I did before I started doing YouTube. I was selling Mopar parts. So I had the best of both worlds. All my cars were built out of leftover parts. Which Kathy found some pictures. She has pictures of some of our cars in their earliest, because before we started doing YouTube, everything we owned was a project.
I have them on my other phone.
So she has pictures. We're going to do a video that shows our cars before, But what was I saying? If you can figure out a way to monetize your hobby, now you got the best of both worlds, But yeah, you gotta live your life. You got to enjoy it. You can't just stay saving or just save. So yeah, man, mess with your cars. Keep you sane, keep you happy, keep you motivated.
Oh, Dakota was timed out.
Of course.
Middleman says, "Nice treat." Thank you, Mel.
Thank you, Mel.
It's not done.
It's not done.
We just started. Cheese curds are the bomb. That's how you make mozzarella. What did you say? What did you say?
I don't even know. Zach
Winter says, "Thanks for the kind words, Uncle Tony."
Will Bottle Rocket get mini tubs? Never. You'll never see anything I own with tubs. They're great for everybody else. I radius wheel wells. I like to let the meat hang out, old school style. So you'll never see anything I ever own tubbed or mini tubbed or anything like that. I like the old school radius wheel wells.
Danny Boyd, it's Kathy with a K. Ray says, will you ever write a small book on your favorite parts combos for motors as well as what doesn't work well? You should really do that.
I don't want to.
You can talk it into the computer and it'll compile chapters.
Yeah, I don't want to do that. I just want to do videos and I just want to have fun.
He'll do it eventually. Let's see. Ball back the wheel wells. I have John Helm says, I have a 67 Chevy inline 6 250. I've put flat top pistons and a long tube headers, port and polished the head, wondering if you would recommend a long runner intake or short runner intake. Mouth cam.
Depends on your operating range of the motor. You know, a long runner intake will give you bottom end power and a short runner intake will give you top end power. What kind of motor is it?
67 Chevy inline 6 250.
Okay, well, see, it's the only problem with a short runner intake with those is the fuel distribution to the end cylinders. They're always a longer runner intake. I couldn't tell you which intake to use. I'm not that familiar, but I would go with a longer runner intake.
John Wilburn, can you direct Ryota to the video where Tony discusses what happened with Lamb Chop? Thank you. Let's see. This question is about, I told John or something, yeah. Tony explains it on a video. John Wilburn has a link someplace. Yeah, he's getting the link. Thank you, John. Anthony Perna. Yes. Have you ever had a main cap just unscrew itself? I think it may be a bad garage sale torque wrench. I'm getting new main caps and getting it aligned board. What else should I check?
I've never had a cap unscrew itself. I've broken caps. I've never had one unscrew itself, but it's generally a sign of detonation. Bad harmonics. Detonation isn't always what you hear. Detonation, right away, people think detonation, they think spark knock, right? No, I can hear it's not detonating, but detonation is not always audible. It doesn't always happen where you think that it does. And what it is essentially it's a very sharp combustion pulse, and it shocks the reciprocating assembly, and it'll vibrate and sometimes break the caps. If they unscrew themselves, there's a good chance the cap isn't sitting into the block, because the cap has to have a little bit of resistance going into the block, or it's got to push the block, apart like 0.5 of an inch to fit in there. Well, if that cap is able to walk, right, during that period of harmonics, then it could unscrew itself.
Thanks, Jason Garage. That's the team. I don't know if I'm saying that right. This is Hi from Germany. I love your vlog.
Thank you.
Let's see. We have a couple. Let's see. Hang on a second. All right. Chris says, I'm looking at a 72 Torino Sport fastback body.
Okay.
Body panels are good. Floor other than trunk are okay. Needs interior bumpers, grills, emblems, etc. Parts are rare as hen's teeth. Need input on deal.
Oof. I don't know.
Could you pass me that water, please?
There's got to be somebody who's a little bit more familiar with those cars and the parts availability than I am. I really couldn't give you good advice on that. Oh wait, Anthony Prine. I broke the engine in and the oil pressure was low. Then I took it for a ride and heard a strange noise. I pulled the engine and the cap and bolts were sitting in the pan. Really? Wow, that is weird. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, assuming that you didn't forget to tighten them, it's possible. Okay, it's possible that you could have gotten false torque readings. I've seen that happen. You'll have oil or liquid, in the bottom of the bolt hole. So when you go to tighten the main bolt, you'll get a click off your torque wrench, but it's because it's compressing the liquid. If you went back like 5 minutes later and you checked it again, it would be loose. That's probably what happened. The bolts probably were hydraulic locking as you were screwing them in, and they were never tightened. That's probably what happened. I've seen that happen.
Allie the Retro Kid says, hello, Tony. I'm driving a 78 Cordoba with a stock 360 and an Edelbrock 600 from Memphis to Flagstaff.
Okay.
Should I be worried about the change in altitude?
No, I think you should be okay. That's highly overrated. You know how the engines operate at altitude. A carbureted engine, a regular car. I'm not talking about a hot rod motor. I'm talking about a race one. I'm talking about just a regular daily driver thing. It's kind of overrated. I wouldn't worry about it too much. You should be fine.
Coastal Auto Reaction says, I'm out, guys. See you next Saturday, 5 p.m. Pacific on our channel.
All right, brother. Thanks for joining us. Okay. All right, good. Dakota's getting timed out again. Nice.
Oh, funny. Poor Dakota.
We do love you, Dakota.
Gotta get your torque wrench calibrated by a shop often as well. Mine are certified. Is your torque wrench certified?
No. When I was doing really critical stuff, it was I was a diver for a long time, so I was big on torque wrenches. I would get a new one every couple of races. But no, you know what? I tell you what, you're building street engines and stuff like that. Your difference between 85 and 80 pounds, don't worry about it. You'll know if it's too loose. You know what I'm saying? If you pull it like that and it clicks off and it's supposed to be 90 pounds, you'll know there's something wrong with it. But minor variations all of that stuff is kind of taken into consideration. Like you'll find like the torque spec on something. Let's say the torque spec on a cylinder head bolt is like 75 pounds. There's variations built into that. There's a range. So if it's 75 pounds, from 70 to 80 is generally, because they know. I mean, obviously, the people who design these things know that not every torque wrench is going to be calibrated that day, and it's going to be, so it's like you've got an acceptable range.
Jason's Garage sent you $5.
Thank you, Jason. When you deal with extremely high stress items, precision engines, very high stress situations, then yes, every bit counts. You know what I mean? But if you're dealing with a street motor, don't stress it.
Merry Christmas, Jason.
Merry Christmas, brother.
Are you going to hop up the delivery truck?
And happy Hanukkah. I know we're in the middle of Hanukkah.
Hanukkah.
Any of our Jewish friends that are out there now?
John, what are you doing? Are you trolling us?
Who's trolling
us? I don't know, John Over. I don't know. They're talking amongst themselves. Their convention. Kwanzaa? Is it Kwanzaa yet? We don't know. It could be.
I think Kwanzaa happens between Christmas and New Year's, but I don't really think anybody actually celebrates that.
They used to in New York.
That's New York.
Yeah. Happy Festivus.
All the black people I know are all Christians.
They don't do Kwanzaa? Christians do Kwanzaa.
No, they don't.
Sure. Don't they?
No.
I don't think that it makes, I don't think it makes a difference.
I'll ask Prino. He's an expert on that stuff.
Is he?
Yeah.
You know who the trolls are? Yeah, there's a few of them.
Yes, Big Bear, you're absolutely right. I should have said that. Keeping your torque wrench stored at 0 pound. Yes, I do that as soon as I'm finished. Whatever it is I'm torquing, right? As soon as I'm finished, they break it all back down to 0. So yeah, I'm sorry. I should have said that. Yeah, that keeps them good to go for a long time.
John Wilburn says Kwanzaa kicks off December 26th. Thank you, John.
Yeah, see, I knew it was after Christmas.
Yeah, Christians do Kwanzaa, right? That's what I thought, Olive. You're not up in your Kwanzaa. Did the dogs make up? Yeah, they're pretty much made up now. Thank goodness. That was crazy. Crazy few days.
Okay, where are we at here?
What's up, Chris Nowacki?
Yes, Maggie did forgive Darla. The two of them are back behind me. They're laying ass to ass right here, all nice and happy.
Miata for lemons?
No. I want to just do it like just a driver restoration. I want to get a nice coat of paint on the car. I think I'm probably going to pull the motor and rebuild. It's got 300,000 miles on it, so I'll probably pull the motor and rebuild that. And but no, I just want to leave it stock. I just want to go driving around happy and do some motocross with it.
Ryan Fitzpatrick sent you $1 Canadian.
Well, thank you.
Thank you, Ryan. Highway Hillbilly says, let's get UTG 1 million subscribers so Kathy can finally get a GTX. That would be nice. That would be nice.
$1 Canadian. So YouTube takes its 33% cut, and so that's about 35 cents. But thank you.
Thank you very much. We appreciate all of it, however much it is. Let's see. Roll up your windows, everybody. Yeah. Happy Festivus with the $1, he says. Ryan says. For us to get 1 million subs, you'd have to do way broader material. Yeah. But every time we branch out and try to do broader material, we get bitch slapped with views. It's true. But then, I don't know, but like when we do the history pieces, like we never really intended to do that. People love the history pieces. People love those. So yeah, we're going to do more history pieces. Every little bit helps. That's right. Jupiter Mustang Mike says, I will smash into the Miata when I see you to kill it for you and snap you out of that thing. Oh, no, man, I love that car. Come on, we'll have a little fun. Do we have a YouTube play button? Oh, you mean like the award from YouTube? Yeah. We have one. It's behind her on the mantle. It's on the mantle. We display it to all of our friends that come in the house. Did I get a radio for my ride? No, I don't have a radio. The Pontiac Solstice is a better Miata than the Miata. No, it's bigger. I don't want anything bigger. Victor D says pennies turn to quarters, quarters turn to dollars. That's right, Victor. Every bit counts. Do you remember the Jensen Interceptors from England with the Chrysler 440? Sure. I worked on a couple of those over the years. Are you going to put a fart cannon muffler on the Miata? Please don't. Not a fart cannon, no. But I want something that's going to sound like an old MG. So I'll probably try to duplicate whatever exhaust system they had on those cars. I don't want to be embarrassed riding around with you. No. Cherry bombs. Put a cherry bomb on it. Yeah, Zero. I'm not saying the Solstice isn't a cool car. It is, and it is. It's like a small vet, but it's bigger than I want in a sports car. I don't want anything bigger than the Miata. Miata is exactly the size I want. Who put up the Christmas tree? You did, right? Yeah. No, you did. I did. I'm working on it. Uncle Kathy put it. It's not done. Are you going to let me drift the Miata? I don't think I'll have enough power to drift, but sure, if you want to. Okay. I kind of drift Mrs. Landy up and down St. Andrews. That doesn't have enough power to do it either. Mrs. Landy's fun on curves. Yeah, I know. I don't know how to get pulled over sometimes. Thank God there's no cops. What was the most dumbfounded thing you encountered? The National Hot Rod Association. No, there's more than that. No. DB says I'm building a Hellcat Creep Dodge Neon. Okay. That sounds cool. The Solstice is, Robert, it looks bigger. One of the things I like about the Miata, the first generation Miata, the first and second generation, is that they look small. You know what I mean? And not only is it small, but it looks small. Where the Solstice looks a little bit more like a little bigger, and I don't like. I want the car to be as micro as it could possibly be. Cave Dave says every time you say Miata, I kind of throw up a little bit.
Oh man, don't be like that. Look, I tell you what, man. I have paid my dues. I've paid my dues. I've worked on thousands of everything, okay, over the last half a fucking century, right? I have paid my dues. And if I want to have a motherfucking Miata, I am going to have a Miata, and I am going to enjoy it like gay ass loving self. Please, I want a Miata, and I want.
I think you like it because it's so different.
I like it because it's innocent looking,
right.
and it's happy looking,
right.
and it's simple, and it's small, and I can go like this and put the top down.
Right.
I go like this and put the top back up,
right.
and those are the things I like about it.
But it has power windows. You're gonna have to show me how to work those. Next, you'll get a Jeep. Funny.
No, I got my Gambler 500 car, which is a better Jeep than a Jeep.
Middleman says all cars are cool.
I agree, Middleman. I find something cool about everything. There's very few cars you could show me that I just like that I totally dislike or have.
What would be something that you totally dislike?
I don't want to offend people. I'm gonna say a car and be like, but I have that as much as I enjoy. Yeah, right, so I'm gonna keep that to myself. I'm gonna keep that to myself. Have you seen a Di Tommaso Pantera? Of course I have. Actually, when I was building a funny car for the Petosa brothers, they had a Pantera.
Please answer Robert Schultz's question. He's been asking it all night.
Robert, who's Robert Schultz? What question is he answering?
I'm looking for the question. I haven't seen it.
I haven't seen it either.
I don't know. I'm scrolling back up. I didn't see any Robert Schultz.
I have not seen a Robert Schultz.
You haven't either, right?
No.
Are you playing with us?
I believe he might be.
Stop playing with us. This is hard enough.
Has anybody seen
here it is.
Oh,
hey.
okay.
Okay. All right. Robert Schultz, we're answering your question.
Where is it?
I got it. I've got a 72 318 with points in my 1980 W150.
Okay.
It has a 1980 Carter 2-barrel instead of a 72 Carter.
Okay.
Would this cause my breaking up issue?
No. If you got a break, if you got a points distributor in there, and the points are gapped right, and they're clean and they're gapped right, and you got a weird breaking up issue, it just happens every once in a while. It's pretty violent, and it's probably your condenser.
Bill P. sent 24.
Thank you, Bill.
Thank you for the great content. Thank you for watching, Bill.
No, seriously, thank you.
Tony, so all cars are cool. Does that go for a Pinto?
I love Pintos. Yeah, you can never say anything bad about a Pinto around me because I really love Pintos.
Robert Schultz says, thanks, Tony. Sorry, I missed the question, Robert. How did you get started on YouTube?
Yeah, Robert. Yeah, I hope that answers the question. I hope that works out for you. I'm so sorry I didn't see the question.
Yeah,
otherwise,
we missed stuff.
Which is why we don't go crazy trying to promote the lives, and yet, that's why we try to keep it a little on that so that we can, so that stuff like that doesn't slip through.
How did you get started on YouTube?
We had a shop called Mid-South Mopars. We were building cars there.
It's a nice shop.
It was a nice shop. And the property owner sold the building out from under us. So we lost that at the last minute. So we says, well, let's try a few different things. We have, we
looked for another shop, but we couldn't find
one. We couldn't find another shop locally. And to me, it's important for me that wherever I work out of has got to be very close to the house. So couldn't find anything locally. And we decided, let's try podcasting. Let's get a podcast going. So we tried that for, I don't know, like 3 or 4 months, and it went nowhere. It went nowhere. And then on a whim,
even our friends wouldn't watch it.
Yeah, nobody would watch it. So we tried that. That was a lot of work. Let me tell you something. Podcast was 10 times the work that YouTube is. Mm-hmm. And so on a whim, we tried YouTube. And we put out a few videos. They were bad. They were really, really bad. And like cringeworthy, maximum cringeworthy. But we had to learn. So we put out a few videos and they got good response. And we just kept at it. That was 2 years ago. And we've been doing it full-time professionally. Like this is all we do now since what, May of 2019.
I just went blank.
Yeah.
Trying to think of
Or was
when.
it
We started September 2018.
Yeah, we started in September 2018, and we were making enough money with it that we were able to go full time with it beginning in May of 19. So it's been a year and a half, a little bit more than a year and a half.
No, we've been at this for 2 years. Right?
Yeah, but we've been doing it professionally.
Oh yeah.
For a year and a half.
Okay, yeah. Sleds Garage sent $5.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. He says, please at least roast the tires off on the Miata when you get it running. Thanks for content.
Oh, I'll drop the clutch on that a few times, definitely.
Go ahead, you read
I was talking about, I was looking at the comment, I don't know who made it, but the Lotus alarm. Yeah, I know, and even, I know. The difference is I can go to Advance right now. I can go to any auto parts store right now and get any part I need for the Miata, like now, right? I can't do that with the Lotus. So yeah, even the Lotus could be a much better car in every possible way, and I have no interest in it because I can't get the parts. I can't get like any random part that I need for it quickly and cheaply.
Rude Mopar Dude says, been following since Christmas time 2018. That's awesome.
Wow.
Thank you. Do you know good companies selling classic cars and ship it international?
I do not.
No, you gotta be really careful. Let's see. The Faith 71 Duster video was a huge explosion in your viewership. It was.
What was it now?
The Faith 71 Duster.
Yeah.
We weren't even gonna do that. That was like on a whim.
Yeah, it's up at like 5 million views now.
It's crazy. We were not prepared for that. Are you still going live Facebook Tuesday? You gonna do Facebook Lives on Tuesdays?
Your buddy Al. Oh, you friends with Al Segrini? Yeah. Larry Smith.
You do Facebook Lives on Tuesdays?
No. But we did it that one time.
That one time, yeah.
The thing with what happened with the Petosa Brothers deal was I built the car for them. Not only did I build the car, I built the shop that it was in. I put the cinder blocks up, right? I was supposed to get my license, my NHRA license, with that car. So the deal was I built the car and then they let me get a license with it. And then the deal changed. And once the deal changed, I walked away from it. So I think that's when Al Segrini got it.
I think it was when they decided they didn't want to pay anybody. That was it.
Well, them not wanting to pay people was a completely different thing. I really didn't care about that at the time.
Because we were selling everything that we had to survive. That's when you sold the Mustang.
Yeah.
Let's see. What videos gave you the largest push? I found you guys on the Dart Tag Job. That's the video.
The largest push, I think we've had.
The Duster Tag Job.
The Duster Tag Job was definitely big. We had another. We got another million view video. It was oh god, it was the one about leaving the car alone. It was one of our earliest videos.
Yeah.
Right. It's just a philosophical kind of piece.
But eBaum's World kept sharing the Tag Job video.
They still do.
They still share it, yeah. And every once in a while, we'll get a spike in views, and we'll be like, "Where the hell did that come from?" And it's because they're sharing that video.
We've had a few of them that were good. You know, between 500,000 and 1 million views. We've had several of them that gave us good pushes.
But look at like the 318 video, the polyhead.
Yeah, the polyhead video.
That's great.
Yeah.
And that was completely unexpected.
You never know what video is going to go.
You think something's going to go, and it takes a nosedive, and you think this is just a regular video, and it skyrockets.
And that's why we tried different things. Like we did that thing with the memorabilia stuff.
Oh yeah, people hated that.
Crash and burn. It went nowhere. We did the thing with the magazine stuff. Crash and burn. Went nowhere. Now the funny thing is, those videos don't get big views, but the comments are crazy. People who watch them love them, but they don't get any exposure. They don't get any views. So, we tend to stay away from those type of videos, and, because it is a business. Like the number of views the potential market that we can reach with any given video, that does come into consideration.
Let's see. Follow-up question. Did your friend ever succeed in court with the Roadrunner with the shifted frames? You mean the Barracuda? The Barracuda?
Oh, that was another one we did. Yeah. I don't know. I haven't talked to him in...
All of those videos where the cars had problems,
yeah,
those got big views. Those gave us big views.
Yeah, anything with rip-off, anything with scam, anything with any of that type of video always gets big views. But we try not to, if
we don't go looking for it, but if it pops up, we'll do it.
If it pops up, we'll do it. And I don't want the channel to have that reputation as being, oh, they find something wrong with everything, or I don't want that kind of head. So even though it gets the views, we don't go looking for them. But that said, if one of them jumps in our lap, we'll do the video.
Thanks, middleman. Merry Christmas. Anthony Kerner says the Polyhead video is the one that got me interested. Yeah, that video got a lot of views. That was one of the hardest videos to film, unbelievably. We're like, this is never going to go anywhere, and it's hot. 110 degrees that day. Wayne says first UTG video I saw was the one on Vapor Lock. Was that the one?
That was another one that
went
pretty big, yeah.
People were taking it into the auto parts store, trying to get the part, showing them that. A hippie or a flower child? No. Dakota's in the corner again. I feel like the Hemi lifter video brought a lot of clicks. Yeah.
That was another one too. Yeah. We've had, okay. So if you guys, I don't know if we actually did a video about this.
What?
There's a thing called the Pareto principle, the Pareto ratio, right? And what it is it's the 80-20 rule. That's it. 80% of your results are going to come from 20% of your work. So we've put out total, because we've deleted a lot of videos. But we've had about 400 videos up now over the last 2 years. And approximately 20 of them or thereabouts, 20 or 30 of them were the big ones, the money makers, the ones that got hundreds and hundreds of thousands of views. And the way we actually were just talking about this, right? Yeah. We don't go looking for the 20%. What we do is we put a lot of 80% videos out there, because someplace in there, someplace in that low ebb range, you'll reach the point of critical mass where the Pareto principle kicks in, and one of those videos will take off and run. But you never know which one it is.
Right.
So rather than trying to focus on making great videos,
just make videos.
Just make videos.
Right.
And it works. It works.
And you don't drive yourself crazy.
Yeah. Got to put the bitch mittens video back up. Yeah, I guess we could. But that was one of the ones that it was a cringe purge. I went back and I looked at all the videos that were like, ooh, I can't believe we did that. Ooh, I was like, delete. So we deleted.
Not that we're that much better now.
I think we probably kicked about 70 videos or so, 75 videos off the channel since we got started.
But YouTube tells you to do that. They tell you.
They do tell you to do that.
Once you've been doing it for a while, go back, look at some of your other stuff, and get rid of it, redo it in a better way.
What do I think the main thing we've done to build a channel that was successful? I think I think it's the honesty of what we do. I think people relate to us because, like, what you see in the videos and what you see in the live here is really what we are. I think people relate to that. I think they understand that. And I think that more than anything else. I've had a lot of people comment that they like our channel because there's no pretense or anything. There's no like theme music. There's no opening credits. And we don't try to sell things.
I think the best thing that you did from the beginning was that you read every single comment and you talked to everybody.
That was a big step.
As much as you possibly could.
Yeah.
And I think building an audience relationship is the best thing that you can do for your channel. And now you don't get on as much anymore. One, because there's too many comments.
Yeah, it's too many comments.
And if you answer one technical question, then you feel like you have to answer other
right, exactly.
questions.
Exactly. If you answer one person, you got to answer everybody.
It was much easier to do it when we had like 30,000 subs than it is to do now. But yeah, I think building a relationship with your audience is the top priority.
Ethan liked the how it all started video.
Yeah, we had fun.
Fun with that.
That was funny.
I think the best one we ever did though was it wasn't that
101st video.
Our 100 that's still up, right?
That was
fun. Our 101st
Nobody
video is spectacular. No, it never got any views. But I think it's my favorite.
The main thing to build your channel is rolling up your windows.
That helps.
Charlotte says it's honesty, but friendliness too. Yeah, you kind of have to like the people you're talking to, even though you don't know them.
Well, I feel a debt of gratitude to everybody.
I mean, if you watch our stuff, thank you. It's a big deal. That's everything to us.
I'm grateful, because there's like, how many people get to sit on their fucking couch on a Sunday evening and make a living? You know what I mean? It's like, I'm grateful.
And there's so many channels people could watch.
It's all of you guys. You know what I mean? So it's like, so when we put something out, we try to make sure it has value. Like we're trying to give back.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We're trying to give back. We're trying to repay this debt that we have to you. So, and I don't mean that negatively at all, but it's that give and take, and I think that vibe comes across. I think the people who watch the channel understand. You know what I mean? Yeah. We're really trying to give something. So
there's sometimes when I say to you stuff about like you have an idea for a video, and I'll be like, well, is that good content?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. To make sure that people are going to get something out of it. Let's see.
No hobos have been harmed in the making of a video. Well, none that you'll ever find out about.
No.
You see what I'm saying?
No. You're our Uncle Tony. Doesn't everyone need an Uncle Tony? Yeah. How did we come up with that name?
Uncle Rob.
Uncle Rob. Tony didn't want to use his real name.
I didn't want to use my real name.
Yeah, he didn't want anybody to know who he was from magazines.
Yeah, not because I'm embarrassed to be who I am.
Right.
Obviously, I'm not.
And he didn't want to ride on his own coattails, if that makes sense. He wanted to be like an unknown person. Right.
Because a lot of you people don't know. Right.
There's a whole generations of people that had no idea that you wrote anything.
Right. I was a very active magazine writer for the car magazines in the 1980s and the 1990s, and I had that name, and I wanted this to be new. I wanted this to be as if we had never done anything before. Right. Obviously, I don't try to hide the past. I talk about things that we did in the past.
It took you a while before you told people, though.
It took us. It took us probably several months before I started to like you say, okay, well, I used to do this and I used to do that, and we used to do the nitro thing. We have people like, bullshit, you never did that, right? Okay, so
you're a tweaker.
Oh, please, Drunkle Tony. Remember the Drunkle Tony thing? He's drunk. No, I just don't. I'm just not an actor, right? I don't enunciate well, and I do have vertigo. So if you follow me around, and the vertigo is a constant thing. Yeah, so if you follow me around, vertigo. I lurch from thing to thing.
He has no balance.
If I walk slow, I'll walk. I can't pass a sobriety test. If they ask you to walk in a straight line, I can't do it. So I tend to lurch from place to place. And people think I'm drunk, and I'm not. I don't drink at all. So
yesterday I was trying to get him to go to the ear doctor.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got bad vertigo.
So.
Tony DeFeo, right?
Yeah, Tony DeFeo was my actual name. So, but I didn't want this. I wanted this to be new. Like I wanted this to be. You know what I'm saying? Like I didn't want to like. When I finish doing something, I like to just put it in the past. So everything that I did in the past, I put in the past. So since this is the present and the future, I wanted a new identity, right? So Uncle Tony, I'm old enough to be most people's uncle, and what happened was when we were considering doing YouTube videos, we didn't have a name. So I'm going to tell you how I robbed everything, right? I stole everything.
Most people do. It's normal.
Okay.
When you don't know what you're doing, you look at other people's stuff.
So there was a guy named Uncle Rob, right? I don't think he still makes videos, but he made some great fucking videos, right? You can go in. I know the channel is still up. I don't know if he's made any videos in a couple of years, but his name was Uncle Rob, right? And when we first started making videos, I couldn't do a sentence. I couldn't speak more than a sentence. And then I realized I was watching his videos, and I saw the way he would do things. He would say a sentence, and then there'd be a break, and he'd say another sentence, and then there'd be a break. From a different angle, and he'd say, and then, right? And I just stole that.
Because he couldn't talk. Literally, he couldn't.
I couldn't talk.
Unbelievably.
I couldn't get it out.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was ridiculous. So
he kept saying, I can't do it.
So I straight up robbed Uncle Rob, and just the name seemed to work. Uncle Tony, why not? So that's how this got started.
Yeah. Let's see.
Good morning from Sweden.
Good morning.
Time for work. Awesome. That's my favorite time. I open my eyes. That is my favorite time of the whole day. I'm like, get up, get moving. I mean, I literally, man, like I open my eyes, and within like 8 minutes, I'm in the car driving myself to a cup of coffee.
Scotty Comer does that kind of stuff. Yeah. Well, I think because we didn't really know how to make video, so we would watch other people's videos to see like what you do, because we really had no clue.
Look, no identity. My channel started the same way. I got nervous to speak on camera, but I'm building up confidence. Yeah, man, just keep doing it. Just keep doing it. It took me probably 30, 40, 50 videos before I actually was comfortable enough to like, just go.
Talking,
yeah. And then it just becomes second nature. I don't even realize the camera's going.
Joseph says, love Uncle Rob videos. Are you going to collab with Scotty?
I would. I'd like to get a hold of him because he's about 60 miles up the road. So yeah, I would like to hook up with him. Maybe we will. Maybe. Yeah, we're gonna. Maybe we'll do a live or something together. Mm-hmm.
What's your favorite part of YouTube? Your favorite part?
Aside from the check, I mean, you got to be honest.
The check helps.
Okay, so this isn't going to apply to everybody, right? Because due to current situations, there is a lot of people that are having problems with YouTube's policies, right?
Yeah.
We're not in that situation. So I want to say that my favorite part of YouTube is the fact that it's a free form forum that allows us to do pretty much anything we want, and we do everything that we want, but we don't really want to do things that fall under that category. So
which category?
Things that are currently being banned.
Oh, banned, yeah.
Right. So for us, that's my favorite part of YouTube, but it doesn't apply across the board, and I think that's criminal.
No. Yeah. Yeah. Jason says the check is the right answer, Tony. Otto Von Nitro says loves the videos. Keep it up. John Wilburn says YouTube hates guns. I made all mine private before monetizing. Yeah. There's certain stuff that they don't want it. Do you still sit on the toilet grinding cylinder head valves?
Not today.
Nicholas B says zip ties and bias plies, for example. They took a few of his videos down. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we definitely toned down a bunch of the language. You know what I mean? I don't, that doesn't bother me.
We want kids to be.
There are kids watching it, and I listen. I am no role model, okay? Don't want to be a role model, like don't, right? So that's not the point. But we found that there are a lot of kids that watch the channel, and there's a lot of parents that watch the channel with their kids. Right. And I don't want mom and dad to cringe if I say a certain word or do a certain thing, so I don't do that. So it's not that I buckled to YouTube censorship, because they will allow a certain amount of cursing to get through. But I try to do it just out of consideration for people who are watching with their little kids, or just the little kids themselves.
Where do you see the future of petroleum cars with crazy politicians waging war against them, basically? Is this YouTube viable?
Yeah, this is YouTube viable, because I mean, what I'm going to tell you is the fact, right? Yeah. The oil is there's no such thing as a fossil fuel. It doesn't exist. The earth creates oil. It spits oil out of the ground. It's the second most common liquid on the planet, water being the first. We will never run out of oil as long as the earth is making heat, and all of these reactions are happening under the surface. We'll always have oil. So that's like the big lie that all civilization has been carried on for the last 150 years. So that said, they can try all they want to politicize and ban the internal combustion engine and fossil fuels, but it'll never happen, because like oil is the planet's gift to us. You know what I'm saying? And we're not going to turn that gift away.
Nick the storekeeper says, have you run into any problems insuring your classic cars?
No, I just put regular liability on the stuff.
What's your favorite GMG body?
That's what I'm going to say. You ask me that question 10 minutes from now, I'll give you a different answer. I mean, if I had to say anything right now, the Grand National, or the Buick version of it.
Caleb says, I just picked up a 90 Ranger 2.95 speed converted. The reverse lights don't turn on. Should I put a switch on the dash for it, or do it right?
Well, I mean, it depends. Is this your pride and joy? Because if it's your pride and joy, fix it right. If it's just the beater that you're going to run around with and play games with, no, put a switch.
If the mechanic doesn't smoke or curse, I don't trust them.
The expert claimed oil would run out back in 1859, or even 1859. They're always claiming it's going to run out. No, there is no such thing as fossil fuel. It doesn't exist. That's the great lie. Okay. Have you ever seen anything die? I've seen things die, right? What happens when something dies, right? It decomposes. Trees die, they decompose. Bugs die, they decompose. Animals die, they decompose. People die, they decompose. Everything dies and decomposes. It never at any point turns to oil. It never becomes oil. Plant matter becomes dirt. It becomes dirt. Olive, at those times they didn't know how to find and extract more basically, but to make oil it takes a very long time. No, it does not take a long time. Oil, the earth is always spitting oil out of itself.
Wait for a minute.
Yeah. The fossil fuel myth was there to give a value, a monetary value to something that would ordinarily just be free, is what it comes down to. Do I like Teslas? I think they're pretty cool. Okay, I'm trying to catch up here. Okay, I'm trying to. Oil is nature's battery for storing 60 million year old solar energy. Yeah, you can look at it that way, I guess. But it's not. It's actually it's a byproduct of the combustion process that's always happening in the core of the earth. It's taking whatever it's using, it's taking it in the heat and what it's actually creating the oil. It's the earth sweats oil. Oh, hang on, I gotta let Darla out. I'll be right back. Stick. Okay. John, Tony, the 68 Dart two-door coupe post body is 111-inch wheelbase. Yes. Yep. And so is the Scamp. The Scamp is 111-inch wheelbase also. Thank you, Michael. It's not done yet. Still working on it. What's up, Biggers Media? Okay, please help. AR Cuda clutch swapped into an 87 Ram van. Will it work? Supposedly will. Yes. Yeah, shouldn't have a problem. What's better, sleep or working on cars? I need sleep. I need more sleep. I definitely have a sleep deficit. Yeah, they're all being quiet now because it's raining out. So as soon as it gets rainy, they're like, Charlotte, do I like Novas? Yeah, they're okay. Chris, which do you think was more badass, the Yanko Camaro or the Baldwin Motion? I would say Joel Rosen really had a lock on that. But they're about equal. You know what I mean? They're both just dealership installed, or dealership packages. Chris Greenaway. Uncle Tony, you inspired me to get my parents' wedding car back, the 77 Formula Firebird. It was the best decision. Mended my father-son relationship with my father, a project car for me, and I'm good, man. I'm glad that worked out. Excellent. Well, yeah, Royal Pontiac for the win. Okay, I'll take that.
Yeah. Almost 3 hours.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Is Tennessee a good place for car guys?
Yeah, it's paradise for car guys, I gotta tell you. Honestly, Tennessee is the new California.
No, don't say that.
Well, California was good at some point.
When?
If you go back to the 60s and the 70s, California was like right on top of all of the trends. It was the place to be. Tennessee is the.
I never liked California.
You don't have to like California.
California.
The whole world followed California.
I was in New York, though. So you're either New York or California. When I was growing up.
Tennessee is the new California / new New York.
You wouldn't think that being Tennessee and all, but Uncle Tony, do you have a most hated Mopar? Oh.
Hated? No.
Yeah.
No.
Let's see. I have my mom's Mustang from when she was in college and got it running for Mother's Day last year. Very cool.
Nice.
That's cool, Jason. What's Christmas dinner favorites at UTG? We should do a Christmas dinner preparing live.
Rice balls.
Rice balls, yeah.
Rice balls.
We'll do a rice ball video.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So everybody can learn how to make Tony's favorite thing.
You want to do that?
Yeah.
When do you want to do that?
Well, when we make the rice balls for Christmas.
When is that going to be?
Usually I make them the day before the eve.
What if the Civil War breaks up before that?
Tony! We're still making rice balls.
That's true.
We're going to get the regatta
Civil
tomorrow.
War or not, we're making rice balls.
I got to get the regatta and then let's sit out tomorrow, just in case.
Yeah. We'll have all this stuff on, in stock just in case,
You got to have the rice. No, Tony hates lasagna. He doesn't like it.
Bruce says the K car was one pretty ugly crazer. I love K cars. Don't ever talk shit about K cars in front of me. I saw one in traffic the other day, a white one. It was a Reliant, and I got so excited. It was like, oh, man, I love that thing. Yeah, no, don't ever talk shit about K cars to me.
Are they fried? The rice balls?
Yes, they're fried.
They're fried. They're deep fried. Ravioli? No.
Yeah.
We don't make that for Christmas. Show snow when it arrives. We had snow like 2 weeks ago. It was nice.
Dakota, what are you finding out about the New World Order, Dakota?
Look, Tony, we're going to get demonetized. You can't talk about that on YouTube.
Listen to me, Dakota. It's all true. It may not be exactly accurate. Figure that one out, okay?
All right.
It may not be exactly accurate. So you're going to read about all of these things, conspiracy
There's crazy things out there.
Right? The crazy things. Everything. Okay. Don't believe everything, but it's all true. Listen to what I'm saying. Listen to what I'm saying, Dakota, my young friend. Listen to what I'm saying. It may not all be accurate, but it's all true. That's what I'm going to say.
All right.
Dr. Diff, do I use Dr. Diff? I ordered I had never used Dr. Diff before. And I don't go whoring for parts. I buy my parts the same way everybody else does. And I ordered a 456 gear, the 8 3/4, a green bearing set with the retainers and all of that, crushed collar eliminator, and something else. I don't remember. There was something else in there. And it was like $320 shipped. And I was like, nice. All of the parts, I was like very, very impressed with the quality of parts. So yeah, I would absolutely recommend Dr. Diff to anybody. Like I said, I bought this stuff, didn't get a discount. You know what I mean? It was like, So it's not like I'm saying something to plug a sponsor. Dr. Diff, I would definitely buy from them again. Excellent deal, excellent service, excellent parts.
Does the cat climb on a tree? No.
Are aliens real? Define alien.
Dun, dun, dun.
This is what I'm saying. Define alien.
Okay. We'll have to take this live down as soon as we're finished.
Well, no, that's not.
No. It's coming down. Michael Phillip.
From space. All right? Define space. What differentiates us from space?
You need simple hats in
See
the
what I'm
shop
saying?
now.
See what I'm saying? How are we different than space?
Dun, dun, dun. Wayne Ferguson says, I agree that gratefulness is the key to me.
Oh yeah, you have to be. You know what I mean? You got to be. When you get good fortune, you got to recognize that good fortune, or you don't get any more of it.
Let's see. What about the space in my head? Chris Nowacki wants to know.
I bet you have some.
Okay. We're going in a different place now. How long before Uncle Kathy knocks over the tree? No, it's not going anywhere. It's pretty stable. It's stable.
Do aliens have problems with communists? Everybody has problems with communists. Even commies have problems with communists. I love that about them.
We are in space. Define space.
I just did that.
Okay. Oh, Clyde, no identity. Open your mind, Neo. Heard of the four-door Hemis?
I found the four-door Hemis. See, that's what I'm talking about. It's like I say stuff and people like, he's full of shit, right? No, I actually found the two four-door Hemis in Wichita, Kansas.
He's one of those guys.
In 1986.
He just makes up stuff.
I did the first story on them. And then I found the Canadian car. You know, yeah, trust me. Oh, God. See, people won't believe this.
No.
Right.
What was it? When you walked into Starbucks and somebody said something to you about some sort of cars?
That happens to me all the time.
And then you were like...
I know, I wrote that.
Right. And they were like, Lou, this asshole's lying. So you told me you wrote something.
Blue pill or red pill? How about gold pill? Okay?
To fail Amityville Horror Family? Sure.
Am I a MGTOW? What the fuck do you call that?
What?
A MGTOW.
What's it?
Men going their own way.
What does that mean?
It's the guys that swear off all contact with females.
Well, what the hell am I?
What do you call that? What do you call Uncle Crystal? No, that's ridiculous. I only really get along with females.
Who asked that question? Charlotte?
Charlotte.
Charlotte. Oh, God. All right. It's comments are getting weird now.
It always gets weird around the 3-hour mark.
Yeah, it does. Okay. Car thing. Oh, here's a car comment from Drew. Did I say Drew? Drew Baumhauer. Okay. If you could only have one 60s Mopar,
yeah,
and had less than $20,000, what would it be? I can't talk. My mouth is dry. Can I have my water?
One 60s Mopar, less than $20,000. Oh God, what would it be? See, you ask me that question in an hour, I'll give you a different answer, right? I pretty much have I think 60. Let's throw a car out there. A 69 340 Swinger, but it's got to be a 4-speed. In that combination, it's got to be a 4-speed. I would say that's about your under $20,000 or at $20,000 best bargain 60s Mopar.
Okay. All right. Oh, Uncle No Identity is going out there.
Oh, yeah, what do you say? I like people to go out there.
Between the times when the oceans drank Atlantis, I feel like you need a different voice for this.
Good.
Between the times when the oceans drank Atlantis and the rise of the sons of Aries, there was an age undreamed of.
Yeah. Okay. That's the best you can come up with?
Yeah, well, it gets weird now because everybody's half snockered.
Didn't you say no male dogs already? No, I don't want any male dogs. I have all my girls. All my dogs are females.
I want to get a German Shepherd.
No, I want to be able to rub their bellies and not have to fucking navigate around their.
If I want a male German Shepherd, I'll
no, I don't want it. No, well then, yeah, get a female.
Because I probably want to breed them.
Now that's not to say I don't love male dogs. I love male dogs. You get a male dog, I'll pet it, I'll treat it good, I'll give it treats, I'll do anything. I'll bend over backwards. I would risk my life for any dog. You know, I'm a dog person. I love dogs. I just don't want to live with one. You know see what I'm saying? So all my dogs are females.
All right. Scott W. Got a 66 Mustang with a stock 289 and want to get into autocross. Okay. Where should I focus the most time to be efficient on the track? You getting autocross questions?
Yeah, bro. Listen, autocross is something that I need to learn, and that's one of the things I want to do with the Miata. Yeah, no, I wish I could answer that. I'm going to be asking those questions myself. And as I learn about it, we'll do videos on this stuff. But yeah, that'll be a ways away.
Bill Pate says, great channel. Thank you, Bill. Let's see.
There seems to be a conspiracy to create conspiracies. You noticed that, right? You noticed that. And it's true. It's true. It's not accurate, but it's true.
It's not accurate, but true.
No, but what he said is right. There is a conspiracy to create conspiracies at the moment. It's necessary.
Right. Okay. Did they actually tell you not to come back when you went autocrossing?
What did they say?
I don't know. You talked to them. I wasn't there when you talked to them.
They weren't happy.
Let's put it that.
They were angry. They were angry. Okay. Yeah. And I don't blame them. I don't blame them.
Don Wednesday English says UTG is our Sunday nights. Thank you. It's like you're the neighbors down the street.
Thank you. Yeah, slide over a little bit.
I know, but
they're only seeing your hand. You're a whole person, and they're only seeing your.
I know, but I have to lean over to get in the frame.
Okay. Yeah, I'll move this a little bit. There we go.
Oh, wait.
Okay.
Oh, wait.
Don't get too caught up there.
Okay.
All right.
I'm stuck. All right. Yes, Dakota. Yes.
What?
He's talking about the Georgia Guidestones.
Yes, of course.
Yes, you've heard of them. What do you think of train engines?
Locomotives or diesels? Well, I mean, diesel is locomotive also. Steam or diesel? I mean, I dig them all.
Terrence Boyer says, I want you to check out our 1984 Ram Charger with a mile-built 360.
Okay.
Is that on your channel, Terrence? Now we see Uncle Cat. Here I am. Tungsten, you are full of it. Everyone cares. Oh, that's Dakota talking to somebody else. See, by the time we're 3 hours in, I just start reading any comment. Okay, yeah, it's on Terrence's channel. It was posted yesterday. You'll have to check that out. Terrence.
Anybody who has an interest in Ram Chargers or 360 Mopars, go check out Terrence's video there. And if you haven't subscribed to John Wilburn's channel, subscribe to John Wilburn's channel. He's closing in on 1,000 mark. Whoever his 1,000th sub is, we're going to send a merch package to.
A steam-powered dart would be fun.
I would love that. I would love that, but not likely I'm ever going to get to do something like that.
Okay. Jared Davis is a 1985 Dodge truck, big truck, not sure trim package, with a 318 and automatic worth $800. Runs and drives.
Say that one more time now.
It is a 1985 Dodge truck, a big truck, not sure of the trim package, with a 318 and automatic worth $800. It runs and drives.
Anything that runs and drives is worth $800. Yeah, I would say grab it.
3 hours in, the comments go weird. They do, John Wilburn. They really do. I don't know why. They're tuckered out. You tired, Tony?
Yeah.
I'm getting tired. It's been a long day for me.
It's going good right now.
I know. My mouth is dry.
This might be the last live before the Civil War.
Tony.
Well, just saying.
Everything's going to be okay.
I didn't say it wasn't going to be okay. I just said that this might be the last live before the Civil War.
It's going to be okay. All right. Biggest comedian sent $2. I'd love to work for you guys one day.
You wouldn't. I'm terrible to work with.
He's terrible to work with.
I really am.
Even for me. When we first started doing videos, I don't know how we didn't kill each other.
Yeah. You know, just for the record, okay?
Tony's very difficult to work with.
Yeah, we get these comments all the time about like, oh man, I'd love to work with you. I'd love to be. Listen to me. You don't.
You don't. I'm like the most patient person ever.
When I'm working, if I'm working, I am the most miserable bastard. I don't want to talk to you. I don't want to acknowledge your existence. I don't want to do anything. I just want to focus on my work.
And really, this is why you have to work the way you do.
It's why I work the way I
do. Ask anyone that's worked with you, right?
Anybody who's worked with me would tell you what kind of asshole I am.
Ethan says, I understand, Tony. I'm not good at working with others. Laugh out loud. Some people just prefer to work alone. I like to work alone.
Yeah, I need to work alone. If you want to learn how to hate me, work with me for a day or two.
I think we've gotten it figured out, though. We can work with each other now.
Yeah.
For a while, we couldn't. It was like, no. I'm going to kill him.
Yeah, we worked it out. We got it.
We worked it out. We got it. Bill Pate says, I need quiet when I work, also known as leave me alone. Yep. No, I don't have COVID.
We had it last year. Like a year ago now, like right now.
Today.
Today.
Is when I got sick last year. I remember the date. The 13th, December 13th, I got sick. That's how sick I was. Do you do your own transmissions or have a transmission guy?
I generally do them myself.
Watch Tony work from 35 feet away out of the corner of your eye.
Yeah, that's about accurate.
What is Tony's most annoying habit? What's your most annoying habit?
I have annoying habits?
Oh, no, dear.
Okay.
Not at all. Do you ever work on old vans? Like I had a 61 Ford. They're fun.
Yeah, I love them. Those older Econo lines are awesome. I like all of the mid-engine vans.
Yeah, and Danny Wood says you can't fully concentrate on a job if you're conversing with someone. Like we were doing a video today. We didn't put it out, but we did a video today. Yeah. And I said to you when we were doing it that you kind of got lost because you were talking, he was explaining things, but then at the same time as he was explaining things, he went into like mechanic mode and started focusing on stuff.
Right.
And like forgot that he was making a video.
Yeah, when I slip into mechanic mode, I can't talk. I
like can't. He was so interested in what he was talking about that he just kept going with it as he. Yeah, he forgot he was doing a video. Good night, Zaps. Let's see. Nicholas says, Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Does Tony like Christmas fruitcakes?
No. No.
I remember that video, he stole your glasses and went mechanic mode. Yeah. He steals my glasses all the time.
What video was that?
I don't know. You do it a bunch of times. But then I think you did it recently because I was filming and I couldn't see what I was filming. Because you took the glasses off my face as I was recording.
I don't remember.
What prompted you to get involved in the Fox bodies in the 80s, 90s?
It was a whim. It was like everything else that I do. It was like primal urge. I saw a Mustang. I wanted to pick up a car, a new car.
We just had a baby.
We had just had a baby, and
first baby.
I pulled into the Ford dealer, and I was just going to look at cars, and within like 10 minutes, I called her up and I says, I bought a Mustang, and that was, I mean, that's literally how it started.
Chris Greenway says, I want to thank Tony for letting me jump into something I wasn't completely comfortable with, and mending me and my father's relationship never been close.
Yeah, Chris had commented on, I read that comment before. You talked about the fire, it was a Firebird.
In the spring.
Yeah, excellent, excellent.
Biggest Media sent $2. Bring back the leather jacket, Tony.
Going to the paint booth, you're an aristocrat, huh?
Bad Tree Productions wants to know, what are some tips for me doing my first YouTube live event? I want to do some giveaways.
I don't know.
We have great mods that help us do stuff for giveaways.
Yeah,
like John Wilburn makes up all the questions for us for giveaways. Like if we had to sit and figure that out ourselves, we would just be like flummoxed. Do you have a Christmas car story? Not now, but for Christmas. If you have a Christmas car story.
Do we have a Christmas car story? I can't think of anything off the top of my head. But as soon as we're done, I remember one.
Christmas car story.
I don't really have one.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, so get some mods.
Yeah.
Get some really good
Get
mods.
at least one mod, right? And if you could do it with somebody where they can help you reading the questions, that's a big help.
Yeah.
That's a big help.
Dakota wants to be a mod.
And if it's going to be your first, make sure you promote it well in advance, so you're not going to get everybody to tune in. Put a thing on your channel saying when it's going to be. You want to promote it at least a day in advance, so that people will screw it. If you do like we do and just like pop on at you're not going to get anybody. But if you promote it in advance, you'll get enough of a crowd that it'll get started.
Lee James sent you $2.
Thank you.
It says, hi from White Pine, Tennessee. Love to bring my Hellcat by. There you go. How far is White Pine from us?
I don't know. We're in Murfreesboro.
We're not sure where White Pine is. Is that west of us?
I don't know.
We're going to have to Google that. Someone told me YouTube suppresses smokers. Probably.
They've never said a word to me about it.
No.
And it's nowhere in their community guidelines.
No. Jared Davis says, Murfreesboro, I'm 20 minutes from you. Oh.
You're in where is White Pine?
I don't know.
I've never heard. If you're within 20 minutes of it.
Lee James is in White Pine. Jared Davis is 20 minutes. Tony's most memorable Christmas present. What was your most memorable Christmas present? Think hard.
I can't draw a blank.
Are you really?
Draw a blank.
Oh. I guess all my gifts suck then.
No. I'm drawing a blank. I can't think of anything.
Are you serious?
What was yours?
I'm wearing
it. Now you made me. All right.
I'm wearing it. This is mine. You gave it to me when I was 16.
You were 16?
Yep.
Wow,
that was
my
first Christmas. And I bought you an RT emblems for your Charger.
That's a long ass time.
And that painting on the wall.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I would say maybe that.
Do you still want my Chrysler Conqueror boat?
Where is it?
I don't know.
I want to get a boat for my kid, but where are you?
Yeah, we want to get the kids a boat. Something small.
Is a 273 worth building? Yeah, absolutely. I'm building one for my GT. It's got a 273 in it now, but it's like really tired. So we're gonna put one together for that.
Thoughts, word, action, beta wants to know your worst experience at the track you've ever had. It's probably not something you want to talk about.
Worst experience at the track? Yeah, there's the worst experience is one I don't want to talk about. The worst mechanical experience I ever had, we did a video with that piston.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. We grenaded, this is with the top fuel car. We 2 weekends in a row, we grenaded a motor twice in a row. And that last boom cost me like 10 grand, which doesn't seem like a lot of money unless you're running fuel cars on like no money at all. But yeah.
Charlotte says the Conqueror is in Lexington, Kentucky.
Oh man, send me pictures of it. Send me pictures of it and how much you got to get for the thing.
Lee James says for V8 Ranger, best is 8.8. Oh, okay, he's talking to somebody else. Jared lives in McMinnville. Okay, yeah, you're close to us.
Okay.
Other side of Woodbury.
No, I know exactly what McMinnville is.
Yeah. Boat equals bust out another 1,000. Yeah. Well, someone likes boats more than cars.
Well, I want to get it for the girls.
Well, yeah, for the girls.
Yeah.
But he's into boats.
Do I ever sell my cars? No. If I take a car in, I have adopted that car, and to me, it's kind of like a pet. So no, there's nothing in my fleet that is for sale or the intention. If I'm picking up a car to flip, I just don't pick it up. Because I've done it in the past, but I've gotten to the point in my life now where if it's not going to be a permanent part of my life, I don't want to deal with it.
He says you make a killing selling old daily drivers to people who want an old one.
Probably, but that's not what I want to do.
Yeah. You get attached to everything.
I do.
Yeah, you can't sell anything.
As soon as I lay my hands on a vehicle, I get attached to it. And I fall in love with the stupidest
things. I think you might sell them if they weren't Mopars. Like if you got
I'm already attached to the Miata. It's like, yeah, I'm already attached to it.
It's so sick.
You don't know.
You're crazy, Tony. Happy to save a boat on his wife the day you buy it and the day you sell it.
Or sink it, which I've done.
It's a Chrysler boat motor trailer package.
Well, send me pictures of it and tell me how much you got to get. And I'll think about it.
Lexington is a trip.
It's 5 hours.
You have to
know. No, not even. Lexington is just north of Knoxville, which I got to go by choice place anyway. So it's like, I wouldn't mind taking a ride out there.
I was contemplating Miata, but I wanted to go fast. Funny. Perfect for kids and adults, she says. Boat, Charlotte. Mopar Man says one of the most memorable UTG moments is Tony's side of the road throwing air cleaner housing and other parts into the ditch. Do you know how much crap we got for that in the comments?
You litterer!
I can't believe you threw those parts all over the street. You're disgusting.
People have no sense of humor or common sense.
Obviously, we picked them up. Let's see. Buck water skiing, yeah.
Nah, I don't see that happening.
How can you send pictures of your 57 Dodge truck that's for sale?
Why would you send me pictures of your 57 Dodge truck for sale? I have no interest at all in buying any 57 Dodge truck.
If you buy anything else, it's GTX.
Yeah. It's closed. Right? You know, the fleet is closed.
I want a Navy PBR boat, twin Detroit 6B53s. I don't know what that is.
Oh God, we're going 3 hours and 20 minutes now.
Yeah, my voice is going away. I'm going away. Yeah, I'm starting to blur over. Bruce W. I like old cars, even K cars. I'm going to do an Uncle Crystal and buy a Camry. She likes her Camry.
Oh, did you tell him what I did today?
No, yeah, I didn't tell him what you did today. No.
Oh shit!
I should have filmed it.
We should have filmed it. I didn't even think of it because I didn't think it was going to work.
Yeah.
So Uncle Crystal has a Camry. It's a 2015 Camry.
14.
Okay, 14, whatever it is.
14.
And she was here to pick up the girls. Spent the night last night, so she was here to pick them up this morning. So
this is why I'm tired.
What's that?
This is why I'm tired.
Yeah. Oh yeah, she was with the grandkids all night and then all morning, right? So Uncle Crystal comes to pick up the kids, and she locks her keys in the trunk. So she's like, well, what are we gonna do? So I was like, well, there's got to be a way to get into the car, right? So I have a Slim Jim set. So I went on YouTube and I searched Camry Slim Jim, right? Nothing come up. So then I'm looking at the video suggestions and it says how to break into a Camry in 15 seconds, in less than 15 seconds. Mm-hmm. I'm like, okay, this works for me. So it's like a Russian video, right? Or some foreign language where they whatever they're saying, right?
I think it was Russian.
Might have been Russian. It's two guys, and they got a Camry, okay? And one of them takes like a hammer handle or just a stick, whatever it happened to be. And he reaches under the driver's side of the car, he pulls off a rubber plug, he sticks this thing up in there, and the trunk pops open. And I'm like, nah, that can't work, right? I got to try this anyway. So we go out to the car, and I reach under the car where the plug showed on the video, and there's the plug, and I pull the plug out, and I grabbed a screwdriver, and I pushed up and like moved it around a little bit, and the trunk pops open.
No, first the gas cap.
First the gas cap popped open, and then the trunk popped open. So the way it works is, if you pull this plug out and you push up on the carpet, it flips there's like the little handle on the side of the seat to open the gas cap and the trunk lid. Well, it pushes the carpet up far enough that it pushes those two things up and the trunk pops open.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy. So now everybody knows how to do that. Russians make great videos.
They do. Because when I considered putting a 340 in the Miata, my initial idea was I was going to put a 360 Magnum in it. But then I looked at the car and I was like, no, it just wants to be a happy little sports car. It doesn't want a lot of power. It just wants to motor down the road. And I make the, it wants to be a little 4-cylinder, happy, buzzing. And so no, I don't want a monster. I want a Miata. I want a happy little car. It wasn't Garage 54. I watched Garage 54 videos. It wasn't Garage 54.
Oh, calm down. Oh. Okay. Toyota's little secret.
Like an AC Cobra. No, I know. I don't want an AC Cobra. I don't want something like that. I want something with a happy little high winding little 4-cylinder that I could just buzz up through the gears and have fun with. I don't want a muscle car. I have that. I don't want hot rods. I have that. I want a little sports car.
Okay. You guys make a cute couple. Thanks, John. Put a turbo on the Miata.
I don't want a turbo on the Miata. I don't want any speed parts on the Miata. I just want a fucking Miata to go zip around with, and I want to go do some autocross with it. So I'll put tire. Well, it's got tires on it now. It's got wheels on it now. But I mean, I'll do whatever little things that a stock you could do to a stock Miata to make it optimized for autocross, and that's all I want to do to the car.
Stock Miata equals boring.
Well, for you maybe, but I want a sports car. I have hot rods. I have muscle cars. I got them up the wazoo.
What I'm hearing is you want a little slant six.
No, I have slant sixes.
Oh, Tony. Okay, I can't read anymore. It's 11 o'clock.
Is it really?
Mm-hmm.
Autocross is the code word for gay bar. Yeah, I kind of agree, but that's all right. Listen, I've gotten to the point in my life, I don't want any. Look, I've paid my dues. I've paid my dues. I have a history. Go back and research my history. I got a fucking history. I don't want any more stuff like that. I want a fucking Miata. Okay? You see what I'm saying? And I don't have to prove anything to anybody. I don't have to prove anything to myself. I don't have to impress anybody. I don't want to do any of those things. I want to take my little top and put it down like that. And I want to go with my tiny little car and just have fun with it. That's all I want.
Poppy, calm down.
And if that makes me gay, well, then, damn it. Where's my fucking unicorns and rainbows? I'm all about it.
Saying no one is judging you. There went the language code.
Oh.
You tell him, Tony. Laugh my ass off. Hellcat swap me out, you won't.
No, and if you gave me a Hellcat motor and said, here, put it in this Miata, I'd say, no, I don't want a Hellcat in my Miata. I don't want a Miata in my Miata.
With a K-car turbo drive.
I may put a 1.8 in it. I'm gonna tear down the 1.6 that's in there because it's got 300,000 miles on it. And I figure, well, as long as I gotta pull it apart, pull it out, I'm gonna pull it all apart. So I'm gonna go through it. And depending on what it needs, I may put a 1.8 in it. But that's as far as I would go.
Tony, how'd you store your cars in New York?
We didn't. It was
a two-car garage.
I was on motorcycles in New York. You know, all motorcycles.
And a race car.
And a race car, and whatever we had, on the street.
Yeah. Everything else in the driveway. Only one Uncle Tony, yeah. He's been drinking tap water. Let's see. Tony is my father, Baron says. Are you Baron's father? We put a header on it, cold air kit.
It's already got a cold air kit on it. Probably won't put a header on it.
Because those are going crazy.
I got to see what it sounds like. I want the same sound as like an MG. I want that British, sports car kind of sound to it. So I got to see what it sounds like through the stock exhaust and whatever pipes I have to put, whatever muffler I have to put on it to get that MG sound. But that's as far as I would go with that.
Tap delete. Just drive it, Tony. Fun ass. Tony with a cashmere sweater tied around his neck.
Yeah. I can dig that.
Miata with the top down.
I could dig that.
I can get you a cashmere sweater for Christmas. You want that? Yeah. Little driving gloves?
I need a scarf.
And a scarf?
I need a scarf and driving gloves.
Okay. Paul Capizzola says, thanks for fun Sunday night. Good night. Awesome, Paul.
Thank you, Paul. Good night, brother.
You need the scarf, yeah. James Hicks says a 13B rotary motor would be the cat's meow for the Miata.
I don't want to wait to $8,000 for anything to make power, I mean, I like rotaries, but they're very, to run one around town, they're a frustrating thing, Torqueless wonders.
Let's do a Mazda rotary in the dark, John Wilburn says.
I'm good, man.
You good?
I'm good.
All right. I can't do anymore. You want to continue?
No, I think we gotta.
Okay.
Yeah.
My eyes are glazing over.
Yes, I'm going to paint it. Yeah, it's going to be electric blue. B5 blue. I'm going to paint it B5. Because here in the garage at home.
Next to the
Next to the
road.
road runner. So I want to open. I want to see two B5 cars.
Okay. All right, put my phone down.
Yeah.
You gotta read.
All right.
You're gonna continue.
Yeah.
I'm done.
Yeah.
I'm shocked.
Excuse me. So am I. Oh, it's 11 o'clock.
Yeah.
Guys, as always, our mods, John, Fubar, Zero, Ari, thank you so much.
Thank you, guys.
Dakota.
Come in here.
I don't know why I'm thanking you, Dakota,
Thanks,
but
Dakota.
yeah, thanks, Dakota. Everybody contributed to Super Chat. Thank you so much. That's the income that keeps the wheels turning around here. You know, always appreciated. And I guess that's it, right?
I think so.
I think so.
We'll be back next Sunday.
We'll be. Oh, it depends on the Civil War. Pretty sure we're gonna have one tomorrow.
No, we're not. Don't listen to him.
So, at any rate, guys, good night, and we'll see you next week. All right, I'm going to end the stream. Here we go. This ends it officially.
Yep.
Look, I go like that. Right. Oh, end. Look, you can't just end it smoothly. You always have to fucking go there and end it.